Attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Shout out to Persimmon Hollow Brewing, official sponsor of Beer of the Week, where you are treated like family. Visit Persimmon Hollow Brewing at any of their 4 locations and enjoy passionately crafted beers. Make sure whenever you enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer, you drink sensibly, but get weird.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Tools Ace Hardware's biggest grill sale of the year is happening now through May 31st. Get $100 off all Weber Genesis gas grills. Get a free propane tank refill with the purchase of any Weber grill, Blackstone grill, or Uni pizza oven, $3.99 and up. Get a free bag of Traeger wood pellets with the purchase of any Traeger grill, $3.99 and up. How about a free bag of Big Green Egg natural wood charcoal with the purchase of any Big Green Egg, $3.99 and up. And as always, free assembly and local delivery on the purchase of any grill, $3.99 and up. Shop and sort one of their 12 Central Florida locations or online at acehardware.com. Tools Ace, your backyard place.
RC Hill here. All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application. Drive a car you love for just $5 down. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
This week on Leguizamo Does America, John Leguizamo is in Los Angeles to explore the lack of Latino representation in film and TV. Leguizamo Does America. Final episode Sunday, May 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC and streaming on Peacock.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
What would the monsters do? Sponsored by the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, May 18th, 2023. Lots to get to today. From it was worse than we thought to half of the American workforce is stoned and insane allegations against a famous chef. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yo, yo.
Hello, C-Lane.
Howdy.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and Twitch.tv twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good.
Pretty good. Had to look at the clock and the date to make sure I had it right. But
No
yes,
idea.
it is a Thursday. Hope you're doing good out there. We want to hear from you today with those dispatches. I did finally watch Mario last night.
Oh,
I
yeah?
finally got to it.
What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was. Which character do you think I thought was the best? Was there one that stood out that you were like, Sean's gonna like this character?
Oh man,
Because there was
spoil
one.
anything.
No, not a spoiler, but there was one where I was like, I don't know what this character is, but I am loving this character.
God,
It's the loudest power
I'm
up
so
ever.
Sorry.
There you
It's
go.
like 2 mushrooms.
Which one do you think? I watched and I was like, oh my God, this character is so fantastic.
Toad?
No,
No.
not Toad. I did like all the little toads. They were pretty adorable.
Yoshi.
Yeah.
Nope. Was
Luigi.
Yoshi in it? I don't remember.
There
seeing
was
Yoshi.
like one quick little cameo with a bunch of Yoshis, and that was it. That's all you saw of Yoshi.
There's a miserable character. And the
okay.
miserable character is the absolute best. And it's just this little defeatist thing that's like, goodbye, cruel world.
Yes. I don't remember.
You can relate?
It's like a little blob. And I just loved how everybody else was like trying to be positive. And this little
Everything
blob is like,
out of its mouth was like, "Oh, just end it already."
Yeah.
Is that character new to the movie, or
I had
like
never
it's been
seen it
around
before.
in video games?
I think maybe it's been in like one of the video games.
and it was kind of controversial because it was like suicidal, this thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things I thought about. That I was like, this is a little
Much?
dark for a PG.
I don't know
movie.
what it's called. It was like a little blue blob, and it was so miserable.
Sabrina.
And the whole time it was like, just put me out of my misery. And when they were like, oh, I don't want to spoil anything,
Yeah,
but
please.
there's some good moments from that little character. You'll notice if you watch it. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of sports, baby. It's where we're most at home. It's where we do our best work. And it's where I'm glad we are not covering things live because, I'm like a fifth grader with the stuff that I want to giggle at sometimes. In the golf press, they're impressive adults. They don't giggle at these things. So despite
So
the fact
boring.
that one of the stars of the golf world, Brooks Koepka,
Yeah,
that guy, despite the fact that he was up there talking about what you should do to speed up golf and using the phrase, well, I'll let you hear him say it. There's something that he says the officials should do to help speed up golf.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys out here that take their time. I think it is a problem. I mean, technically in the rule book it says you got 40 shots or 40 seconds.
All right,
to
so
take
what
a
do you
shot,
do?
or
What do you do?
I think it's what it is. And if you're taking over, technically you're breaking the rules, right?
Right.
So I don't know.
How would you fix it?
Honestly, I'd start stroking guys. If you're gonna take that long, you gotta get stroked. Doesn't matter if you're. I mean, there's certain.
Nobody even giggles. And I'm watching it. He's like, all right, how do I fix it? Honestly, you just got to start stroking guys. You get out there, you stroke as many guys as you can, and it all speeds up. Don't look at me while I'm saying it.
Oh, notice how Celia and I complete
Dead
silence.
Just perfection for the clip afterwards. He said, what do you do to fix it? Well, you got to get out there. You got to start stroking guys.
Perfect.
How would you fix
Sean.
Honestly, I'd start stroking guys. If you're gonna take that long, you gotta get stroked. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're.
You gotta get
I mean,
stroked.
there's certain circumstances.
You got to. You really got to get to it. They were all so professional. They just sat there. They just sat there.
Or they probably pulled what Celia and I just did, and they're complete silence, but they're like, this is going to go viral.
We'll use this later. Well, they fixed everything in the state of Montana, friends.
Oh, great.
It's all fixed. Everything's good. Everything's
was
all
wrong?
fixed. Well, TikTok was
right.
available, and so now their TikTok ban has gone through. So Montanans, is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Montanans, congratulations.
Montampons.
You got it all fixed. Everything's set because now TikTok is officially banned in the States.
So, okay, does this mean like on public properties?
This is supposed to be everywhere for
so you're
everybody.
sitting at home,
Yep.
and you live in Montana, you can't access
As a
TikTok.
taxpaying American.
Well,
That's insane.
You're not supposed to, but everybody in this room knows damn well that if young kids want to get on TikTok in Montana, they're 100% going to get on TikTok.
Okay, but how would you do that through a phone?
I don't know how you ban all of that. Like, I don't know if there's like a firewall for a state. Is that a thing where they can go allow all websites except for TikTok.com?
Are you supposed to compel TikTok to then put something in their code that bans it?
Yeah.
Bans all the Montana IPs?
Yeah, that's what they're telling them they have to do. They say, today, Montana makes the most decisive action of any state to protect Montanans' private data and sensitive personal information from being harvested by the Chinese Communist Party, according to the governor of Montana.
God, that sucks, because I love TikTok.
Some of these kids are out there as miserable as that little character from Mario Brothers.
Luma
TikTok
Lee.
was the only thing keeping them alive. Luma Lee?
Luma Lee from Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, I love that little character. It was the best.
Okay, and let's, you think it's just the kids app.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of adults that use
hell
this
yeah.
app.
Yeah, more so now than ever. I mean, at the beginning, it might have been mostly young people.
I'm just thinking about the parents who, just need a second where they lock themselves in the bathroom to hide from their screaming children and have a couple moments of funny things going through TikTok. And now what?
It says
Where do they
banned,
go?
blocked in
That
your
sucks.
area. The thing that's the dumbest about this is, and I'm going to go full slippery slope because it's the only reality that we're facing here if other states do this. This opens the door because they said it's about your privacy and your security. And if you think that your data is safe now that TikTok is banned, you're ridiculous. You don't know what's going on with the internet if that's what you think. And then if they want to push that forward, they go, all right, first, every Chinese app is now banned in Montana. And then, Facebook, we got to ban that.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah,
Twitter,
yeah.
there's all sorts of information on that that's incorrect and dangerous. And they're taking your info from your computer. Oh, my God.
Getting a bit of a North Korea vibe
Yes,
here.
that's what's going to happen here. It's going to be like Iran or North Korea or one of these countries where you just start letting the government say which websites you can go to and you can't go to. And that's what they're going to be facing here. And a bunch of teenagers and even adults, like Sabrina said, waking up this morning to
They're
see
being like adults like Sabrina and the teenagers.
well, everybody who goes to TikTok. They wake up today and they go, what? What's happening? And they turn on the TV.
And breaking news out of Montana, which has become the first state to completely ban TikTok. Montana's governor has just signed a measure that prohibits downloads of the popular social media app in the state. It also calls for fining app stores or TikTok $10,000 per day for each time someone is able to access.
So he said app stores too. Like he said,
Right.
you could find the app stores $10,000 a day. So that kind of forces.
That sounds unconstitutional.
It does. All of this does.
That is that the punishment does not fit the crime.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10,000 per day if a person is allowed to access TikTok. Well, what if they do it through a VPN?
Right.
Does that mean TikTok allowed it?
It's impossible. It's impossible to police it and to track that.
10,000 a day. Kiss my ass. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So Apple would have to go, all right, we're shutting it down. We're removing it from the App Store. And then the Google Play Store would have to say, yep, we're taking TikTok out of here. We fixed it. Everything is good. Now that TikTok is banned in Montana, it's all rainbows and sunshine.
Or download the app. The measure is expected to be challenged in court. The FBI and some lawmakers are concerned TikTok, which is owned by a Chinese company, could be used by Beijing to access information on U.S. citizens.
Yeah, they're spying on you. That's what they're looking for. So now we got it all sorted out. Everything is good.
Have they just someone taken the time to look at all the apps that are popular and websites and see, what other countries are stealing our data? Or we're just focusing on TikTok?
No, we don't need to do that. We just
All right.
TikTok. China, TikTok, everything's bad, and now we ban that and fine $10,000 a day. Done. We figured it out. The old people figured it out.
Yeah,
actually,
baby.
They solved the problem. Quickly, I want to add something to a discussion we had yesterday, and this is way worse than we thought it was. Okay, maybe this wasn't yesterday. When did we start with the bees guy? The guy getting stung by all the bees?
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Tuesday?
Whenever that was. Whatever day that was.
Yesterday. Yeah, I don't know.
It was this week for sure.
There's new footage now of this guy from the street
cop?
level. Yeah, he was like a volunteer cop. He's in California. He gets called to the scene of a bunch of bees on the loose, which when you arrive, you're like, all right, I'm here. Now what do I do? If I don't have a culprit, I don't have a cat in a tree, I got bees. What am I supposed to do with these things? It was way worse than we thought. Watch this. And the guy who this recording is coming from doesn't say a word. He's just sitting here. Now watch. Here's the old man. You can see how many bees are around him.
Poor guy.
He tries to get in that car.
Oh, and they wouldn't let him in?
They wouldn't let him in the car.
But he's reversing.
When he falls on the ground, you can see how many bees are around him. And you can see there's the swarm. Like right here.
Oh Oh my
There are
God.
bees everywhere
Dude,
around
he's
this
lucky
guy.
he didn't die.
There's so many bees like around
I'm getting
him.
itchy.
He's
looking
about
at
to
this.
get Thomas Jade right there.
It was so much worse than I think anybody had thought because
Talk
of
about Macaulay Culkin character.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
all of the bees around this guy just getting him. And the guy in the car says nothing. He's not like, maybe I should help that guy out. There's just a swarm of them, man. Poor dude. He's got to be hurting from that. All swolled up. But he is
God,
alive.
I don't like that.
I don't want to be anywhere near those bees.
No, neither did the driver in that car.
Did we
Like,
care
nuh-uh.
too much about bees previously? Everybody was for the bees. And we said we need to save
Well, the bees are probably angry because we're, killing them.
Are there good bees and bad bees? Because they talk about Africanized bees, which always seems a little racist.
It does seem kind of
Bad.
offensive.
Yeah.
Then I'll see, and I'm sorry, Montana listeners, I'll see on TikTok every once in a while someone who saves like a honeybee.
Yeah.
There was one girl that's like, puts it on her finger. This is my morning routine. Feeds the bee honey, gives it fresh flowers, and one day it'll be set free and help the trees.
And that bee goes off and it kills an old man.
Okay.
It goes after an old man.
very dramatic.
Or like honeybees, I think, are not as bad. I don't know enough about bees. I'm going to be honest with you. I only know that this guy was in trouble. The whole thing's making me burp. It's really it's making me.
It's one of those things that you just see and you just start burping.
Just start burping
Yeah.
into microphones. I'll try to keep that to a minimum today. I promise you.
Yeah, right.
When we come back, we're going to hear from you. Your dispatches are already coming in. Thank you for that. Plus, I want to know what your biggest fear is because, well, there's a reason why. We'll dig into some of the numbers from this huge, huge investigation. A lot of this is going to surprise you, I think. Think about that. What are you actually seriously most scared about when it comes to your health? Wait till you see what the answers are. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound before mile marker 275. Traffic is backed up before mile marker 280 and the right lane is blocked. Watch out for delays on Colonial Drive heading eastbound before Alafaya Trail. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Tony Rock on May 19th and 20th.
Because whatever your deficiency is, alcohol will treat it.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
The new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Shop our huge selection of new Nissan inventory and get the best warranty with unlimited miles for an unlimited time. You have peace of mind for life. The lifetime warranty now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
Just call up. Just call up. Just call up. Just call up. Injured on the go. Just call up.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
You know what pissed me off this morning? Just seeing these stories, I go, oh my God. I'm right on the verge of my 42nd birthday. Oh, okay. And I look at these stories today, and there was a whole thing about this huge nostalgia concert that they had this past weekend. And I go, they were like, it's taking people back to their childhood and songs from way back in the day.
Where was this?
It was something that happened this weekend. I don't know what the festival was, but then they said artists from the past performed, like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
What? Oh, God.
And MGMT that did an entire record, from front to back.
That would have been a really fun festival.
And I go, wait, hold on. Is this like the throwback festival now? It has the bands that I would think you would go, Cheap Trick is going to be there. Or like Eddie Money. Well, he's dead, but otherwise he would be there. And now it's like these nostalgia music festivals have bands that I'm like, oh no, are they an old band now?
Yes, we are old now. So what do they call like Cheap Trick? Vintage?
Yeah, like that's like oldies now, I guess.
This is considered classic rock?
Wait, does oldies evolve?
They have to.
So like stuff that is going on right now one day will be oldies, right? Like at some point. So, like, Nirvana might be oldies right now.
Nirvana, I thought, was now considered classic rock.
Yeah, it's definitely that territory.
But who was calling this a throwback festival? That's not how it was marketed. It was called the Just Like Heaven Festival.
Is that what it is? Okay,
yeah.
The Just Like Heaven Festival, the whole write-up that I saw was like, it was nostalgia, bands from the past, You know, all these classic bands getting together, and then they say MGMT, and I'm like, are you kidding me? These bands aren't that old.
I mean, yeah, yes, MGMT, M83.
I think I know one song by M83.
Peaches, Azalea Banks.
Like Azalea Banks is a throwback now. It's
Yeah,
holy
but that's
cow.
a great lineup.
I think it shows you like how toss away culture is becoming, because like every week there's new artists and it just keeps moving so fast that I see a flyer, and I know this is a meme, but it's for real. I see a flyer for a music festival and I start looking and I'm like, can I find like Grandson or something? And I'm like, do I know one of these? Who's in this?
Over the week, I was working the soccer game, and one of the games we had, like, for people to participate in was Name That Tune.
Right.
And I had what looked to be a man my age with his son, who was definitely very young.
Right.
And they played Mambo Number 5, and neither of them.
They didn't even know Mambo Number 5?
And I was like, oh, my God. I remember that song, and I know every single word to it.
Of course.
And now I'm that old?
This is what's happening. And these people will be like blowing dust off records and go, what is this? The Cupid Shuffle? Wow. You guys
No,
used to
that will
dance
live in
around-
infamy.
You used to dance around to this? You know what else killed me? It's all coming down on me at once as I get close to this birthday. There was another campaign that I think Amazon just did. I don't know why Amazon just did this. Maybe you can look this up. But they shipped out a bunch of stuff, I think, and it said, "Oh my God, Becky" on it. And all the kids that would order
Look at
stuff,
this box.
they would look at this and they would go, "Hey, I don't understand it. What is? Oh my God, Becky, what is it?" And I'm like, "You don't know that this is the beginning of Baby Got Back? What is happening to the world? What is happening right now?"
Oh, that's so much fun.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know why they
started
did
putting it on the box. It's for Amazon Music, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But it was like, there's not even news stories. It's just everybody revealing their boxes online.
Right. The people I saw, they were
Okay,
like, "What?"
that's one way
I've
to
been
do
to
it.
a lot of those websites.
When you look at this stuff, you go, "Oh, I get it immediately." But there's so many people who are like, "Nope, that music moves fast now, 100 miles an hour."
LadyGun.com, a throwback festival that had us feeling just like heaven.
Right. Yeah, it's the throwback and all those things that make me think of, like, I think of like a 90s
Wait a
throwback.
second. This was a review of last year's Just Like Heaven.
Oh, I didn't even know it had happened before.
Just Like Heaven. I mean, that had Interpol, Modest Mouse, The Shins, MIA.
It's kind of like when we were
Damn.
young. Yeah, it's what it is. It's like when we were young festival they did in Vegas.
Where was it at?
This one, they're Pasadena, California.
Yeah, we can't get to these things. Damn it, man.
Yeah,
all right.
You can't even get us to Sunfest.
We're gonna, one day
That
we
is-
will go to Sunfest.
Yeah, right.
We'll take the Bright Line, I'm sure, yeah.
We'll all be very old. All the bands that are popular now will be throwbacks and nostalgia bands.
And then we'll be in our little radio setup, and everyone's walking by like, what are you selling here?
What do you guys got? You got any sunscreen?
We're on the radio.
DVDs to give us? That's what they always want. Okay, there's a...
He's going to show up next year with a stack of Sunfest passes and some Bright Line tickets. I have a 6-month-old, meanwhile, like, all right, cool, thanks a lot, Sean.
Oh, my God.
That's true. The times for you to do things on a whim are disappearing. You worried about
There are
this?
no more whims.
Oh, God.
My whims are gone.
What's the baby countdown at? How many months are we at here?
I don't know. It's
What size fruit?
Avocado.
Really? Is that what they said?
Avocado.
It doesn't matter what you say. She's going to do that every
I
time.
just think it's so
Persimmon.
You could have said any fruit, vegetable, anything like
I'm
that.
so excited.
And she would react the same exact way. Although, don't say vegetable. That's going to be a bad one. You want to stick to the fruits when identifying any of this stuff. There is a huge, huge study that they just did, and it's called the American Health Index. And I hate some of these study stories because they're usually pretty thin. But I thought this was kind of interesting because they laid out like what people are actually afraid of. And so that's why I was saying, what is it that you find yourself afraid of right now? Or would you think was the number one health concern? Because that's how they worded this whole thing. And they said, what is the greatest threat to U.S. public health? And what do you think people said numero uno, the number one threat to American public health, according to all these thousands and thousands of people they talked to?
The gays.
Not the gays, no.
Gosh, is it something that has been a steady health fear for many years, or is this something new? Newish.
Feel like it's newer-ish, like maybe like not back in the 80s or 90s. This wouldn't have been the number
Vaping.
one thing. Nope, not that. In fact, it's not like a thing that you would think like a disease or anything like that.
Oh.
It's like something that could happen to you that they said is their number one public health
Heart
concern.
attack.
Nope.
Oh, dementia.
Nope. You see, you guys are all off on
Can you
this
give
one.
us some more clues?
Number one is guns and firearm access.
Oh.
That was the number one response when people said, what is your biggest public health concern? It's from watching all this coverage, seeing all the violent stories out there.
See, when I think of health, I think of like things that lead to death. I mean, I guess this would be a thing, but like I think of disease.
I'm totally
I
with
think
you.
of cancer.
Right.
I think
having
of
a heart attack, having a stroke,
whatever. When I think of guns, I think of you are alive or not alive,
right?
Based on gun use.
That was number one that people said was the thing that there was their biggest health concern. And number two was opioids and fentanyl because of, what's happened with that and the world of fentanyl and all the crazy stories about this stuff. Number three was obesity, which should be probably higher up on the list. Number four was cancer, which is probably going to get you at some point in time. Then there was unsafe roads or driving, which was that was an interesting response to me. But it makes sense. Like when you think about, have you guys ever kind of filed away the way you think you might die at some point?
Oh, yes.
Like when you think about that, how do you picture yourself? Are you old?
It's been several different ways. When I think about it, one, I go into a panic attack probably.
Right.
But I do fear.
Try to avoid that.
I live by myself, and I've had these moments where I'm like, God, what would I do if I start choking on something?
Oh, really?
Where do I go? I would immediately try the chair thing.
Yeah.
But what neighbor I know for sure is going to be home and can perform the Heimlich on me?
Yeah. So you worry about you're home alone, you start choking on something, and then you don't have any way to help yourself out. You run over to somebody's house.
That would be, that's maybe a little out there.
Anybody's house.
I see. That's interesting because I've never thought about that. I've never considered that as the way that I would die at some point. Have you ever thought about that, Celine? Are you old in your mind when you die?
I have no clue. There's been plenty of
Gives it no thought.
But then I do have these moments where I'm like, what if I die rescuing somebody?
See, in my mind, it's clear. And I hate that I'm going to put this on the record because when it happens, you're going to be like, whoa. In my mind, over and over and over again, I'm in my 50s and I have a heart attack. Over and over and over again. I can picture it. And it's one of the reasons
you're having a heart attack over and over and over again?
Yes, it's a severe heart attack. You know, when we see the stories about somebody dying and they say, what's the word they usually use? They don't just say it's a heart attack. They're like,
cardiac?
No.
Extreme heart attack?
Like an extreme heart attack or whatever. Like they give
There's
it
like
this,
no saving them.
Yeah, they give it this extra word that makes it sound like the people blew up or something. That's the way I've always pictured
catastrophic heart attack.
Aneurysm. Oh my gosh, where you're just like walking and then boom, something happens.
I don't know. I pictured that too before.
Why did we get in this
but
conversation?
never driving. I'm never like, I'm driving along, although that is
not
the
my
way.
fault. He was literally attacked by his heart.
Many people die. Smoking and tobacco products was next. Then COVID-19, which is way down. And right below that, alcohol abuse is what it says. And
there's that.
I don't look at that one much. Try not to pay attention to that one. But what's tops on your list? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Let's peek into that world and see what you got going on. You don't have to wait on the phones or anything. We just go right to you. And here we go to the Drunken Mailman.
Hey, guys. Happy Thursday. Then
Friday,
do the rest of the
Saturday,
weekend.
Sunday.
Sean, I'm with you, man. I'm old also. I said before, I'm turning 50 on Sunday. Dude, we're old. You know what your show needs? You need like a young person in there. Someone in there. Low 20s, maybe high teens, somewhere between 18 and 23.
We're not hiring a 19.
Yeah, we're going to have a teenager in the studio. It just seems weird. I don't know
What are
why.
we supposed to do after show meetings? All right, see you later.
What are we going to do at a show?
Take you
where
a soda pop?
We're having shots the whole time.
No, thank you.
We can have a teenager in
Make the
studio.
teenager bore him.
And we got young. Sabrina's the youngest person around
Hello.
here. Are you not considered young anymore?
I don't know. I guess not.
Courtney said the other day, she was like, I think I'm old now. I'm like, you're not old. Get out of here. You're not allowed to be old.
10 years ago, when we started the show and I was 23 years old, I was looking at 33 like, gosh, you're really going to be grown up and and doing stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I still wear the same clothes, and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life.
That's how it goes.
I play video games.
You think like you're going to age in a different way, but then you just become the same person in a body that's a little bit older.
Yeah, my body does hurt a lot more.
We don't get a teenager in the studio. Get out of here. All right, quick break, and we're going to hear from you. You can join us on the show, as I said. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, and on your phone, your laptop, whatever, hit record on your first dispatch right now. We'll also talk about, when we come back, there's some more discussion about a lawsuit now over some of these books that we've heard banned from schools in Florida. And one of the biggest companies out there, one of the largest book publishers, is joining in on this. Plus, teenagers are now allowed to do something brand new, and it's not be in the studio with us. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here, doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 104.1 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 storm alert day as we are monitoring the potential for showers, thunderstorms, some of them potentially turning severe, mainly between 4 and 8 o'clock this afternoon. So do make sure you're staying weather aware. We do see temperatures rise to the low 90s this afternoon, dipping into the low 70s overnight tonight, and warm temperatures do continue for your Friday.
This report is sponsored by ePass, the portable Uni by ePass, now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield, finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or at gowithuni.com.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family. That's right. Every Saturday morning, you can hear him and his crew answer your questions live on the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're busy on Saturday mornings, don't you worry. You can listen to all the informative episodes, over 190 to be exact, right there on thatmortgageguyDon.com, or, of course, wherever you download podcasts. Just search the Home Loans Radio Show with that mortgage guy, Don. Don and his crew pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business, explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He's not going to treat you like a number like the other mortgage companies would. He's going to treat you like a friend. And chances are very good that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, get that money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. If you have a quote already, get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, upload your quote to review, and he's going to let you know if you can get a better deal. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Audio app brings those stories to life. Audio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com. The roar of the crowd, thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and iHeartRadio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Hey, Magic fans, when you're heading out to the Amway Center or anytime you're away from your business, commercial, or residential property, or you have a special event and you want to be sure that you're well protected, contact American Protection Services and Investigations, proud partner of the Orlando Magic. For a full list of our security services, dial 833-4APSI. Over 30 years in the business, your safety is our top priority because your business is our business.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando. If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Mondays might be your new favorite day of the week because every Monday in May, you get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, y'all, this is Måneskin.
Hey, what's up? This is Fall Out Boy.
What's up? This is Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. It's iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wasat's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
And now there's a lawsuit. And I've kind of looked past a lot of this because it's like super culture wars stuff. But there's now a lawsuit over the books that have been banned at Florida schools. You know, this like growing list of books that they said we can't let kids have access to this. And they put all these books on there if they have something that they say is inappropriate for people of whatever age group. And then I guess somebody goes to the library and takes the book off the shelf and retires it somewhere.
Where does it go? Like a vault?
Maybe they burn it. I don't know what they actually do once the book is burned or banned rather. I don't know what they actually do with it.
And this is just from schools, or are they trying to ban books from like your local library?
No, this is from. I think it's mostly from schools. I haven't heard anything about public libraries. Public school libraries, yes, but like just a regular public library, I haven't heard of that kind of banning.
Because kids could go in there and get the same books, or I wonder if down the road they're gonna make sure that librarians don't allow the kids to check out those particular books. You got to show your ID, 18 and up.
Well, it couldn't always go that way, but I think right now it's basically just school libraries and the books that they don't think are appropriate to have.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of the librarians took the books off the shelf and put them in a bin on a shelf somewhere and been like, I'm going to put these here until we get rid of all this foolishness.
Yeah.
And I can put them back up on the shelf.
Tell you, as a former bad kid, the first way to make me want to read a book is to tell me that I can't. Is to say the book is banned, and I'm like, hey,
what's in it, boobs?
I want to see this thing. But I think that there's a chance that both...
When you say you're a former bad kid, does that mean you're good now, or now you're just a bad man?
You don't think I'm a good boy now?
Okay.
Don't give me that look. Am I not a well-mannered?
I'm not going to call you a good boy. You're not a dog. You're not a dog.
Good boy or a bad boy?
I don't know if you're either, to be honest with you.
You only have two options: good boy or bad boy. You have to land on one.
I don't know if well-mannered is like the adjective I would use for you.
No, I'm not well-mannered. I'm definitely not.
You burp on the microphone.
I do that. That's true. But there's a huge lawsuit now from one of the biggest publishers in the country, which is Penguin Publishing. And I think their book is one of the ones that is on this banned list at these school libraries. And I think it's possible that actually both sides of people who are upset about this are right. Okay, follow me on this. I think both sides of people who are upset about either books being banned, oh my God, we're banning books. What year is it? What is this? And then people who are like, oh my God, I can't believe this kind of book is in a school library so that a kid can have access to it. And the people who are arguing about the extremes of the other side. This is just how arguments go now, and anything gets political at all. And let's face it, almost everything gets political. So when you've got a book that's on the banned list and it's like a Beverly Cleary book and the word damn is in it, or
whoa, careful,
or like the F word even is in the book, and you want to ban that from middle schoolers because the F word appears in the book, that's ridiculous, right?
They're using those words anyway.
Yes, they are, of course. And you should never ban those books from kids. Let them learn about that kind of stuff. It's fine, right? If you have a book that's a book about slavery and it has like the N word in it, because that's a word that was used in the times of slavery and beyond, and it uses that to draw the narrative of what all this stuff was about, that's fine. Of course that should be there, right? And I think most people, relatively speaking, would agree on that stuff. The kids should have access to that. You're not going to try to, cover them in terms of what they get to take in from the world and what they get to read about and yada, yada, yada. But on the other side, people are like, we shouldn't ban any books here. Why are we banning books from kids? And I've seen a bunch of the rundowns of some of the books that were banned, and they're ridiculous.
All right, what books?
They are ridiculous. One of the ones was from this Illinois teacher. Here's the tweet is in front of me from NBC News. They've got her holding up a book, but that's not the banned book that she got in trouble for, actually. They just put this in the news story, so it kind of looks like it. An Illinois teacher offered her middle schoolers a best-selling LGBTQ-themed book. Parents filed a police report over her book choice.
A police report?
Now, a police report is ridiculous, of course. But one of the books is, I think it's called This Book is Gay. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah, that is. Juno Dawson.
And that book in particular, when you see it, like here, I'm just showing you, right? This is a page from this book. And it talks about things that I can't even say. I can't even tell you right
Dance
now.
around.
It talks about HJs, BJs, and it in description talks about all of these things that are happening.
Call them what they call them in that page.
Nope.
Is that headline doing the sex?
Doing the sex, it says. It says two cisgender men can pleasure each other in a variety of ways. And they talk about the timeless classic, the HJ, which they tell you how to do that, a good one and a bad one.
Well, an old-fashioned.
A bad HJ is grasping it and shaking it like a ketchup bottle, it says.
Had one of those.
Then they go on to...
the visual.
You know what? Still not that bad. Still not that bad.
At least someone's touching it, it's not me.
Then they go on to bumming, which you can imagine, what goes on with that. And
asking
what that
for
means.
A cigarette, yes.
Then there's more of these. Here's
okay, and then there's also other topics. This is that's the page that is a little bit risky.
A little bit for middle school kids. This one
I would think that's more for teenagers.
But the middle school teacher was trying to share this with kids in the classroom, and this one, the cheat sheet is all the words, and it says glory hole. It's got like some of these
straight thing.
Some of these are fine, but a lot of these are absolutely like way over the line, and you wouldn't want your kids to be seeing this in a middle school classroom outside of sexual education. So there are some books that are like, holy cow, why this is ridiculous for a kid's book. I can't see why anybody would give this to a kid. This one's talking about using Grindr right under glory hole. And there's another section of it that tells you how to use sex apps and how to upload your photo and create your
I think
profile.
That part is for adults. So in the description here.
The book was made for kids, I believe.
No, this book is for, and this is the Amazon page, all the description. Anyone with questions, so that is kind of broad. Parents of gay kids and other LGBT youth, educators looking for advice about the LGBTQ plus IA community. Praise for this book is gay, a Guardian Best Book of the Year, 2018 Garden State Teen Book Award winner.
A Teen Book Award winner, that kind of suggests the audience that they're looking for. And I'm kind of just going by the drawings and stuff. If adults want to read this, who cares? Adults should be able to read the worst filth ever. The absolute worst filth. Wasn't there an episode of South Park where they wrote like the most disgusting book, the poop that could pee or something? It's like the most disgusting thing they could possibly think of. Adults should be able to have that. Every adult.
Well, there's a one of the terms on this list here.
Which one?
It's in the S's.
Oh,
the first S term.
Scat, yes, where they define that. And they get really into it. So I think like there's some legitimate criticism of some of the books
I mean, would really bring a whole new meaning to that song, though. I'm the scat man.
Kids don't know that song. Thankfully, they wouldn't connect those dots, I don't think. But it gives some credibility to people who are like, hey, maybe this shouldn't be in a classroom. Maybe a middle school teacher shouldn't be teaching this. But, hey, maybe we shouldn't take it all the way to where Beverly Cleary books are getting banned, or a book that has like one curse word in it is getting banned, or a book that has subject matter about things like, history and slavery, as I used in an example earlier, makes you uncomfortable. So what? That shouldn't matter. It's just that I think this is like one of those things where people are talking right past each other. And I think most people would agree, like, something like this is way crazy. And that's a lot that you would be dumping on some kids in a middle school classroom.
Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking doing that.
Although filing a police report, that's a weird ass move as a parent.
It's intense.
To go, hey, I would say take your kid out of the classroom or talk to the principal.
File a complaint.
File a complaint with a teacher that go on a record or something. Try to make sure the teacher's sticking to whatever the lesson plans are supposed to be.
If they see this as some sort of child abuse, which is what some people would have you call it, then police report might look like the way to go.
Yeah, it's just, that's a weird-ass move. I'm trying to see what she actually teaches. She's watched her students graduate and go on to college. That's a long way from middle school. So they said 1,600 books were banned during the 2021-2022 school year. Obviously, there's a lot of those that probably shouldn't be on that list.
That's whose job is it to just pick 1,600 books? It's
you got to read.
I wonder, are they reading them or are they just going to the cliff notes of it?
I don't know. I don't know where they find these from or how they run into them. But that's what they were doing. And she was reading that book or trying to get that into her class.
She goes to jail. It's like, what are you in for? Well,
books.
Super gay book.
I did it.
My bad.
So there's a big lawsuit over this now, and they're going to see whether or not they can fight this back. The largest book publisher in the country has joined forces with PEN America, P-E-N America, to push back against book banning. Penguin Random House is part of a coalition including parents and authors that filed a federal lawsuit today challenging bans in one Florida county. And not for nothing, with like things like The Perks of Being a Wallflower aside, these other books, if you really wanted your kid to be able to read that, go on Amazon, buy the book, and have your kid read it if you think that's an important thing.
You'll
for them
learn
to
all
learn.
about
and read it with your child.
Sticking with the theme of teenagers.
Okay.
There's now something else that teenagers can do. There's something else that they're allowed to do that they weren't before, although I think we've agreed on this show that they definitely had a workaround for this at some point in time. But Uber is now letting people under the age of 18 use the Uber service.
Oh, good.
And they have teen accounts for 13 to 17-year-olds.
I hope they're doing some serious background checks on those drivers.
I was actually very interested in how that's going to work. Like, can a driver say, I don't want teenagers?
I would, yeah. Because
do that with dogs.
Just as much as a driver can say they don't want to participate in Uber Pet.
So there's something where you could filter what kind of rides am I interested in taking, and to teenagers pops up and you go, nah, I don't want a bunch of teenagers in my car. This is going to be starting across the United States. Teen accounts are also coming to Uber Eats because they want to take all that teenage babysitting money and gobble it up as fast as they possibly can.
I'm curious as to because a lot of times you can't get a payment card if you are under 18.
Oh, yeah?
I couldn't get a debit card, I don't think, until I was 18.
Yeah, I opened a bank account. They have, like, student accounts.
Yeah.
So when I first got a job in high school, my mom had to, like, co-sign for me But I went with her bank, and I had it for the longest time.
Dylan had a
Then
thing.
she had to transfer a lot of money to me in college.
Dylan had a thing called Bluebird when he was a little kid, but that wasn't a
Blue
bank.
balls?
It was like he probably had that. It was just
I regret what I said.
It was just a card.
You learned about it in that gay book.
It was just a card that you could send money to. It was like a refillable debit card.
Yeah, but he's a little bit younger than me. So before I was 18.
A little bit?
Yeah, I had. Shut up.
Shut up.
I had a bank account since I was really, really young. And then there was hardly any money in it. And then as I got older, there was some. And I had an ATM card, which I could get the cash out.
Make
But
you feel like an adult.
Yeah, but I couldn't use the ATM card to pay for anything.
You
If I-
couldn't?
No, if I was at a Publix and I wanted to get, some sodas and chips
Yeah.
and dip, because my friends are coming over, I would have to go to the ATM first,
Oh, I
pull
see.
out the cash, and then, pay for it as normal in a cash transaction. I couldn't get a card. So anyway, this tangent brought to you by Uber here is that
They benefit the
these-
most.
how are these kids paying for it? Or does the teen account have to be connected to a parent account?
It might.
And the parent kind of knows where the teen is Ubering to. Are they responsible for paying for it? Does the parent get fined if the
If
teen...
the kid like spills a bunch of Coke in the back seat.
Yeah, or soda.
Yeah, either or. Well, the one I wouldn't be quite as mad about, but they're allowing this in a bunch of cities across the U.S., and teens are going to be able to have access to Uber and Uber Eats moving forward. And it'd be interesting how that dynamic works out. And I'm sure there's going to be some writers that are real smart, because there's one more thing they're doing. This could be important for you in the future, C-Lane. They're expanding an option that allows parents and caretakers to request rides specifically with a car seat. And I was like, if you're like ultimate Uber driver, put a car seat in the trunk of your car. And then so you can just like have access to all of the potential
I
rides.
thought that was already a thing. I thought I'd seen something about having Ubers with car seats, but that's definitely a thing. I just rented a car on Turo, and Turo, that's one of the options that a lot, like if you're serious about, having cars and making money on that rental app, that's one of the things that you offer is you just have a bunch of car seats ready to go.
Yeah, I asked you immediately because C-Lane goes, I'm going to order in off the, what's it called again? The
Turo.
Turo. The Turo.
Turo's great.
C-Lane's like, I'm gonna rent out a Tesla to go to some event, and I go, oh, that's kind of cool. And then immediately I was like, when you rent a car afterwards, you have to fill it up with gas to bring it back to the place.
I have to charge it.
And I was like, dude, yeah, you have to charge
I have to
the electric
I have
car
to go to a supercharger before I drop it off.
to bring it back with a full charge.
When Turo first came out, I think we went to like California. They picked us up from the airport, and then we just had to drop them off back at home. We had the car the entire time, and then on our way to drop off like the Turo person, they're like, yeah, this is one of our 15 cars.
Oh,
Like, this is what
man.
we do as a business now.
Wow, yeah, that's smart. There's a lot of people getting into that with like work trucks and all kinds of stuff that you can rent out. We want to hear from you. What do you think about this situation with this lawsuit and some of these books? I really think most people would agree, like, hey, some of these books are too far. And some of these books, like, why would they ever be on the list? And that's not a fence-sitting position. That just means there's a lot of stupid people that are really controlling the overall narrative on this, and they're very, very loud about it. When we come back, we hear from you, your dispatches. Plus, there's a lot more to get to, including, are we all too old? The three of us. Do we really need a teenager in the studio? I have a test for that, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
Watch out for slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 50 Colonial Drive heading eastbound before Alafaya Trail. And traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
I told you the car market is heating up. I told you I was paying more. What are you waiting for? GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. We do what we say we're going to do. When we say we're going to do it, it's that simple. 45-second auto bid online. Bada bing, bada boom. That's GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
So what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
This week on Leguizamo Does America, John Leguizamo is in Los Angeles to explore the lack of Latino representation in film and TV.
There's still a lot of work to do to get proper representation behind the camera. I'm talking about the writers, producers, directors, and the executives, the people making the decisions about what and who we see.
Leguizamo Does America. Final episode, Sunday, May 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC and streaming on Peacock.
If you're a pro that paints, the Home Depot is here to save you money. Paint stores try to convince you you're getting a good deal by offering deep discounts on paint, but what they don't tell you is the starting price is too high to begin with. The real question is, how much are you paying per gallon? Nobody beats the Home Depot's price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers. Plus, our pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. But what does that really mean for our clients, for you? It means that when you hire us, you don't just get a lawyer, you get a legal army, almost 800 lawyers alone. Your case is a big deal to us. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. They have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. If you miss any of the show, maybe you're just like out grabbing something to eat right now. You can always listen to everything else you miss by getting the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. Very easy for you to do. File this under bad idea, okay? I don't think this is happening a lot. I bet it was just like a couple of kids in TikTok, though you won't be watching this from Montana where they just banned it today. But these kids, they are filming themselves, and their whole thing is walking into random houses. And you see them, and they're like on the sidewalk in a neighborhood. There's 3 of them, I think. And they film themselves, and they walk up to a house and go beyond the gate, and the person's outside sweeping and stuff, and they just walk into the
Dude,
house.
Come on.
And they're in there for a while. They like sit down on the couch and stuff. And then the guy who owns the place is like, "What are you doing in my house? Get out of here, please." And they're screwing around for a second, and then they leave. And I go, okay, of all the things where you would want the media to go, "Hey, don't do this trend," literally this is how you get shot.
Yeah.
This is how you get shot. This is just like these stories we heard where people were pulling into the wrong driveway and getting fired at.
I like the tweet here. Youths are just randomly walking into people's houses for TikTok fame.
It sounds like an old man speaking out.
The 2 youths.
I don't think this is commonplace. Like, I think maybe these might have been the only kids to even do it. But it's a stupid idea.
Very, very bad.
You don't want to wander into any random person's house because obviously they're not going to understand what's going on.
I'm curious if these kids that have done this have a lot of TikTok videos and they're clearly different houses, or there's somebody that's in on it.
There's a new, it could be both, but there's a new version of going viral, which is kind of interesting. There's somebody who's huge on social media right now. Do either of you know who iShowSpeed is? Have you ever heard of him?
Nope.
No.
Okay, iShowSpeed is this guy who just does like really, really deep level joke stuff. A lot of the stuff he does is he'll be hanging out with somebody and he pretends that he's going to try to make out with them, and it's very weird, but there's a lot of different things that he's done, and he's gotten really, really successful and viral as a result of his bits, but they're not like when YouTube started to catch fire. What were the things people were doing? Prank videos and like
challenges,
and you know, my wife doesn't know that I'm doing this. The wife couple back and forth battles and stuff. There was different like categories that things fell into, and now there's a form of viral chaos, and you just do something crazy and chaotic, and people go, "Oh, I haven't seen that before," and so that goes viral. Once somebody has stuck their junk in a Hot Pocket, you don't stick your junk in a Hot Pocket again. You're not going to go
Someone
viral.
will do that again.
Thank God. It's been a long time since
That
somebody did
person is an adult now.
I'd like to follow up with that person.
Same.
Just go, "Hey, you were the
How's your
person
peen?"
who went viral for inserting yourself into a Hot Pocket. How are things now? How's life going?" And maybe it's great. We're going to hear from you in a moment. A couple of quick things, real quickly. Excuse me. Forgot how to talk today. I wanted to tell you about some more of the evolution of what's happening in businesses like fast food places. Because Wendy's, if you're driving by a Wendy's right now, or if you see one today, think about this. They are testing out right now, like it exists and they're testing it, having robots deliver the food orders through tunnels. They use a tunnel system and robots that bring the food from the restaurant out to your vehicle.
I don't think they're testing this yet.
Yeah, let me read it to you. This is from TheVerge.com, which is a trustworthy source. And they said
I love their music.
After announcing plans to use an AI chatbot at its drive-thrus, now Wendy's is piloting a robot-powered underground delivery system for online order pickups. This system, which will be built through a partnership with Pipe Dream, will have robots travel through tunnels to transport online food orders from Wendy's kitchens to the instant pickup portals that sit beside parking spaces. When I talk about 5 years from now, fast food places being a place where you don't ever see an employee, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you order your food on an app, like McDonald's is pushing that big.
Every time you drive up to, I know that you don't drive to McDonald's very often.
No.
I know that you have it Uber Eats from across the street.
When I'm really drunk.
Or hungover.
Or hungover, yeah. Either side of it. Yeah.
But when you pull up to the drive-thru, the first thing they say is, "Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Are you using the mobile app today?"
Right. Yeah, and that they want that to be the thing because eventually you don't have to have the person running the drive-thru if everybody uses the app.
Right. But this is a decent idea. Tell me what you think is better. Because I'm looking at the picture. If you go back up to the picture of this Wendy's where you're up in a parking spot.
Yep.
And then the meal just comes up in this little booth.
Yeah, it's almost like a bank thing.
Yeah, all right. But we saw a version of this that they were talking about potentially Chick-fil-A testing out.
Really?
Where it would be more of like a drive-through lane. It looked more like a bank because they were drive-through lanes and they came from above.
Yeah.
And they were cooking your food upstairs, above
that was
the
Taco
cars.
Bell, wasn't it? Was it?
I thought it was Chick-fil-A. It could have been Taco Bell.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, it was 2 stories.
Yes.
And
yes, it occupied the second story, and the cars drove underneath it.
Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
There was no first floor where the cars were.
It was like a tunnel, kind of, and the food was being made on top of you. Agree with something that I say. One of the phrases that I use, tunnel or 2-story. You have to get one of them. It was
right, 2-story.
An arch, an arc. It's one of those things.
What is happening?
The Wendy's thing is just part of what you're going to see from all of these places.
But I understand the testing of it, but wait until like a cheeseburger gets stuck in that tunnel and no one figures it out until that stench and the rats.
So this is what it's going to look like. Not that far from now, you go to a Wendy's, like an AI takes your order, or you're first forced to order through the Wendy's app to make the purchase first. Then you go up and you go through, and inside there is a bunch of robots that are putting together the order that you've just made, the order that you've placed. Thank you. What would you like to order? I would like what's the bacon thing?
Big bacon.
The Baconator. The Baconator. I would like a Baconator, please.
Oh, sorry, we are completely out.
You're out of Baconators?
Yes.
You must have something. What do you have?
Whoppers.
Oh, you don't have Whoppers at Wendy's. This doesn't make any sense. How do you have...
Shutting down 404 Hero.
Oh, it broke. I think it died. This is our future. This is what the director is going to be like, just arguing with computers.
The robot forgot which restaurant it was.
Robot effects sucks. Could you even understand it?
Yeah, some of it I could, but when you went too far, it became another thing altogether.
Working on it, baby. Working on it.
You're getting there bit by bit. Okay, that's what the future looks like, bottom line.
I'm excited.
Now, let's do this test to see if all of us have lost our hitness here. I, unfortunately, cannot participate because I have the answers in front of me.
Okay.
But I
already know I'm super hip.
I did know. I'm going to be honest here. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest about this. I'm looking at this list because it's from a teacher, a high school teacher, and I kid you not, his name is Larry Lexicon,
all right,
which is a great teacher name. Larry Lexicon did a production for his class where he debuted the Gen Z term dictionary, and he was like, these are all the words that Gen Z kids are using. And when I looked at the list, okay, one, I knew that one. The second one, I did not know.
Are you going to ask, give us the definition and we try to figure out the word?
I'm going to give you the word. And
okay.
you tell me what that word means. You guys know a bunch of these. You know a bunch of these. The first one on the list was baddie. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Bad bitch.
Bad bitch?
Like, she's a cool girl.
All right. What do you think, Sela?
Yeah, like a bad boy, bad girl.
All right. This says a pretty girl, typically very curvy and independent. So that seems a little more specific than I'm used to. I'm used to what you guys said. That's what I think is the actual.
That makes baddie sound like a fatty.
So what about independents with flat butts? Do they have another term for that?
They don't. Flatty, maybe? I'm not sure. It doesn't specify. This one, I don't even know how to pronounce it. G-Y-A-T-T. Gyat? Gyat? Yeah. What does that mean? Anybody know? Any idea?
Is it all caps?
Nope. It's just capital G-Y-A-T-T is the word that he used in his classroom.
Yeah. Gosh, I
Never
love
heard
using
this.
that word. Get. You're just like getting it.
Nope.
You're getting it up.
No, not quite. No.
Right?
Yeah.
Gyat.
Gyat.
So the evolution of gat, which is gun.
Nope. It's a substitute for gosh darn, which is typically used in response to seeing a baddie. When you see the baddie, you say that. I
like,
guess.
yeah, damn.
Getting sturdy. Any clue what that means?
Yeah, that's regaining your balance.
It is.
Okay.
It is for older people, but for Gen Z, getting sturdy. Any guesses on this one?
They're looking, they're shaping up. They're looking good.
Shaping up and looking good. Do you agree or disagree,
I'm
Sabrina?
gonna go with you're getting real lit.
I don't know if this teacher, Mr. Larry Lexicon, actually knows all these definitions. He says a dance usually used, quote unquote, when winning. That's what he says getting sturdy is.
All right.
Bet is okay or all right.
Yeah.
This one everybody knows, or at least most people know. Slaps. If you say something slaps, I mean something's good, typically in regards to music. And then cap and no cap.
Mm-hmm.
Cap means what?
Lying.
Yes, and no cap is the truth. And he goes through this. I think he got some of these wrong. I don't think baddie is like very curvy and independent woman. I think it's just I think you guys got it right. I think you got that one wrong.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't really consider myself a very curvy woman, though I have childbearing hips.
But do you consider yourself a baddie is the question.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, let's see what we got
This
going
morning
on.
when I woke up late and had to go to the vet and was late, I was not a baddie.
Not a baddie this morning?
Unbaddie.
So you have days when you feel it and when you don't. It's just, you can't prevent
No
that.
cap.
Let's go over to you. Let's see what's happening. Here's Skippa Style with a dispatch. It says, to the drunken mailman.
What up, junkies?
Hey.
To the drunken mailman. I understand you're diving headfirst into your midlife crisis, but it's okay. You know, you're going to make it through it.
True.
I promise you, what we don't need is to be listening to a 20-something for 4 hours a day. I don't want that, and you don't need that. It's going to be okay, I promise. Just give it a couple more years. You know, buy a golf cart, go to the villages.
Oh, I
and
want
start
that.
candy flipping. You'll have fun all over again. You know,
Candy.
just-
What's candy flipping? I've heard that before.
Candy flipping is drugs.
Yeah, it's definitely drugs, but it's like doing two things.
Yeah, that's where you like ecstasy and acid or something.
Oh, I have done that before. If that's the case, let me just
no cap.
No, don't, I have. I can't use that one. I can't say no cap in regular conversation and feel right about it. When I do it, I'm like, oh, LSD and MDMA. Yeah, that's what candy flipping is. Totally done that before. Was a good time. All right, over to I'm not a hippie with a dispatch right here. Hello.
All right, can somebody help me out? Because I'm a little bit confused, and it doesn't make sense to me.
All right.
Why are we banning books at all? If they made it to the libraries and made it to these high levels, why are we banning them? But on the other hand, this country doesn't ban manifestos from school shooters, and they release them to the public like we actually want to know about it. Not to mention, you can go on YouTube right now and look at the video of a certain school, popular school, back in 1999-2000.
Which one?
Getting shot up.
Oh, Columbine?
You can actually look at the video on YouTube.
Yeah, I think all those things are very different. I think when it comes down to it, when you look at like what kids should have access to, especially books and stuff, you have to be realistic and you have to go, obviously there's some line. Like there's some book that you would go, this is such a vile book that middle schoolers or elementary school kids, they really shouldn't be reading this book, right? Unless you're just completely wild, wild west. And if you're like an anarchist parent and you're like, I want my kid to be able to see it all. Most people aren't like that. They're going to want to have some kind of rails on the situation. And so if you agree that there's some sort of rails, you got to find out what goes between that. And obviously you're going to have some stuff on the edge. And I think the thing that I was reading from, I wouldn't want my middle schooler reading that book. I would think that was way too much to be taught in classrooms, especially by a teacher who's not a sex ed teacher. When we return, you are going to join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. There are a ton of things to get to, but one of them is about marijuana.
All right.
And we need to discuss what just hit a 25-year record, and it probably includes you. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up later today on the Jim Colbert Show, your chance to win tickets to the Sing Out Loud Festival with Black Keys, Mumford & Sons, and more in St. Augustine. Tickets on sale now at singoutloudfestival.com. The Jim Colbert Show today at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. And congestion on I-4 eastbound between State Road 408 and Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Colonial Drive heading eastbound at Alafaya Trail. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Audio app brings those stories to life. Audio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
When you have this many certified pre-owned vehicles, you don't just have a one-day sale. You have Memorial Day deals all month. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. All certified pre-owned inventory and all used cars and trucks have huge Memorial Day savings today. Get yours before someone else does. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Click OrlandoNissan.com.
The roar of the crowd. Thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and iHeartRadio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
If you're a pro that paints, the Home Depot is here to save you money. Paint stores try to convince you you're getting a good deal by offering deep discounts on paint, but what they don't tell you is the starting price is too high to begin with. The real question is, how much are you paying per gallon? Nobody beats the Home Depot's price per gallon on Behr paint guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paint stains and primers. Plus, our pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This week on Leguizamo Does America, John Leguizamo is in Los Angeles to explore the lack of Latino representation in film and TV.
There's still a lot of work to do to get proper representation behind the camera. I'm talking about the writers, producers, directors, and the executives, the people making the decisions about what and who we see.
Leguizamo Does America, Final episode Sunday, May 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern on MSNBC and streaming on Peacock.
The Orlando Fringe Festival is back May 16th through the 29th. This isn't just a theater festival. It's 2 weeks of live entertainment, including unique theater experiences, free entertainment on the outdoor stage, visual art displays, plus kid-friendly shows. Join Real Radio in a celebration of independent artists at this year's Orlando Fringe Festival. 100% of the ticket sales go directly to the artists. Orlando Fringe Festival May 16th through the 29th. Go to orlandofringe.org for tickets and info.
Jesse Kelly here. I'm not a financial expert, but I do look for solid investment opportunities for investment growth and protection against loss. I do know that putting all your eggs in one basket is not a good financial plan. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver with Oxford Gold is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or you can buy precious metals and keep them in your safe. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
This can't be right. I know I've seen like a million videos of people going into these stores and stealing stuff and people like loading up a bunch of bags of stuff. And yeah, obviously I know there's like a bunch of that happening in different cities in particular, but there's no shot this is right because Target came out with some numbers today. And this is how just Target. This is how much money they say from retail theft has happened in the past year for them. What would your guess be? Like Target in general, there's a Target in every major city, I would guess. And all the Targets together, how much money in theft, loss prevention monies in 1 year, do you think?
Okay, so I need to consider every single time I go to Target. I go in for one item and I leave with hundreds of dollars worth of things I don't need.
Yes.
So, considering how much their items are worth.
Wait, but remember, this is only about stuff that people are stealing, yes. And this might help you out. There's almost 2,000 Targets in the U.S.
Damn.
Okay, so they have a lot of locations.
Let's go high here. It's $50 million.
$50 million in stolen items from people who are going in, retail theft, stealing stuff from Target. And that's how much they've lost. What do you think, C-Lane?
$274 million.
Target says, get this, over $1 billion.
I was going to go billion.
Is there any way that's right? $1 billion a year? That seems like way, way more than you would see. Like, let's say the average store, if there's 2,000 stores,
they're making millions a day.
Take 1.2 billion, C-Lane, and divide it by 2,000. So then we'll know what per store they're saying is being stolen from these Target locations every year. And that'll be kind of an important number to see if this could actually happen. And they say it's $500 million than it was last year. So last year they said it was
with that security team they have.
Yes, they said it was $763 million last fiscal year, and it's $500 million more. So it's like $1.2 billion.
600,000.
So they're saying each Target location has $600,000 worth of stuff stolen from it.
And is that the number of their prices? Because they're not losing that much in cost of these items, right?
Yeah. I don't know what they're going with. I think they're going with value if sold.
Okay.
Would probably be what they're doing, not their cost of product. Well, that's just my guess. Take that number, C-Lane, what'd you say it was?
Yes, 600,000.
Take 600,000 divided by 365. and then we'll see what per day.
Maybe this is why we
per
need a
store.
teenager in the studio just to do the math
Get
for
a
us.
little calculator. teenager.
$1,643.
So they're saying every single day, every single Target is robbed of $1,634.
That doesn't seem that bad.
I don't know. That's there's got like do you
That's
think,
a lot. That's a lot per day.
But do you think every single day somebody steals something from a Target?
Yes.
Really? You don't think there's any days where it's like nobody stole anything?
Maybe it's a Target in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Like, I never worked at a place like that, so I really can't tell you if that seems wild to me or not. But to me, it does seem a little insane that every day thousands of dollars in merchandise is being stolen. Probably, makeup and all these different things that people like shove in their pockets. And that just...
And sometimes it's like accidental. That kind of stuff happens all the time.
And that's included in this, too.
Somebody who is definitely not me. Wasn't me?
Definitely was you.
No, it was not me.
Sounds like
I'll tell you who it was, but it wasn't me.
Okay.
Somebody accidentally lifted their Mother's Day card.
All right.
Is it
from
someone,
the store.
And it definitely wasn't you?
Was not me.
All right.
Is it someone that you
It was
are
an accident.
legally
I've said enough things. I've said enough things.
How did this happen?
There was an article put on top of the Mother's Day card.
Ah, okay. All right.
That was pre-owned.
Yeah. And so
then after
smuggled out.
checkout, it was revealed to the person.
Yeah, this mystery person.
Yeah.
We'll never know who.
No.
They realized that they accidentally stole something from the location. So Target says $1.2 billion is stolen from them every year, and they say this is up $500 million more than the previous year. The article from CNBC says it can be difficult to quantify theft since what they call shrink or inventory loss includes inventory loss from other causes such as employee theft or damage as well.
Okay, all right, that's another thing. Especially, I was curious if this is all loss or just theft loss, because they have to get rid of stuff when it's expired.
Mm-hmm.
If it's one of those super Targets that's got like the half Target, half grocery store, there's a lot of loss in. Even if it's donated, it doesn't mean they have to just throw it away, but. There's a lot of loss in a grocery section.
Or even a truckload of stuff to fill up the shelves is going to be delivered, and that stuff shifted, and some of the items broke.
And then it goes to the, the outlets or a bargain store in which it has a dent in it, but boy, it has really gone down in price.
But I can't believe that over $1 billion is stolen from Target stores every year. They say all stores, it was $94.5 billion. That was stolen. Total retail theft last year, $94.5 billion.
Well, I think they're
Wait
doing
a second.
How much did they make? How about that? Where's that number?
Wait, where did $94.5 billion come from?
Everybody. That's not just Target. In the United States of America, last year, over $94 billion worth of inventory was stolen from different places, they say. So a lot of you are out there just pocketed things, apparently. Sliding Mother's Day cards right out of the store.
Can't believe. Whoa, that did not. That's not a thing.
Accusations are
That's
flying.
really messed up. You would say that.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Eric emails, and he says, I just had a very strange phone call from Amazon. The gentleman has a very thick Indian accent, so I was immediately suspicious. Sir, how racist of you.
Yeah.
The Indian accent
Pretty
made you
messed
think it
up,
was
Eric.
a scam. However, I wouldn't put it past Amazon to use call centers, Eric says. The caller already knew my first and last name, my address, and obviously my phone number. They claimed somebody had opened multiple accounts using my information and were making iPad and iPhone purchases in other states. They even provided addresses. I haven't had any scam calls of any kind whatsoever in quite a while. That's a vast improvement.
Yes,
Considering
you have.
I used to get 10 plus a day on both my personal and work phone. I might still be getting them, but my scam blocker is working properly. I just wanted to warn folks out there, this is a scam and it was fairly sophisticated. He even told me I was on a recorded line and not to share any personal or credit card information. Maybe it was
So
Amazon.
where's the scam?
Yeah, I don't see the scam. What if somebody was trying to make these purchases on your account and Amazon is right? Go look at your purchases. That's what you got to do. You got to back it up, see if there's anything to be worried about. If you go into your orders and see there's a bunch of weird stuff, then you know the person's probably right, and you can get it blocked. Although I don't know, maybe I don't know how often Amazon actually calls people. It doesn't seem like they do a whole lot of that.
I don't think they do. The IRS doesn't call people, and that's one of the ones that they used to use a lot to scare you. But if they do the thing where they tell you that this is a call on a recorded line and don't give out any personal information, now I'm definitely staying on the line because I want to know what's the grift.
Yeah, what is it?
How are you doing it?
You're like, buddy, just tell me what the scam
Yeah,
is. That's
I
all
just want to
wanna
know. Can we skip through all the I pretend to listen to you and be worried about what's going on thing?
Real quick, they said as legal marijuana expands in the United States, you stoners are really doing it out there.
What up?
A record share of workers is testing positive for the substance in workplace drug screening. They said there was more than 6 million general workforce tests that Quest scanned for marijuana in 2022. 4.3% came back positive. That is a lot of stoners out there.
Okay, but what's the morale like over there?
It doesn't. They didn't test that.
It's a happy place, pretty chill.
I don't know why they don't do that at Quest Diagnostics. They only tell you if you're stoned or if you got marijuana in your system, not if you're happy.
Tattletales.
That is the largest marijuana positivity rate since 1997.
Damn.
And they said positivity rates last year for certain classes of opioids and barbiturates actually declined. So that is good. But on the weed side, a lot of stoners out there in the workplace.
What falls under barbiturate these days?
I don't know. What's a well-known barbiturate? I don't know if I've done one.
I thought Quaaludes were barbiturates, but those aren't. I don't even think they make those anymore.
Barbiturate is a sleep-inducing drug.
Oh, okay.
So Ambien would be a barbiturate? Does anybody do Ambien for funsies? Is that like a thing?
When you drink on
they
it.
do it for sleepsies.
Yeah, if you drink,
they do it for napsies.
If you're hammered and you have an Ambien, wow, you're not going to remember much of that night.
Then you buy things.
Yeah.
Or you, what was it? Roseanne was on Ambien when she said, I thought the bitch was white, right?
That was her excuse, at least.
I'm
That's
looking
what she said.
at DEA.gov. The street names for barbiturates are a gem.
What do they say?
I've got barbs, blockbusters,
Oh, I'll take some blockbusters.
Christmas trees.
All
Want to
right.
get some Christmas trees? Goofballs.
I love the idea that you read this and then you go up to an actual drug dealer and you're like,
Hey,
hey,
you
buddy, look for some goofballs.
Hey, man, you got some Christmas trees? And like, I think the Home Depot does, but around December.
This is like Daryl wrote this list for Michael Scott.
Going Mach 5. Like, you go up to what was the Christmas trees and fluffy balls?
Goofballs. And then we got blockbusters.
If you go up to the drug dealer and say, let me get 5 blockbusters, the drug dealer's going to go, 100% you're a cop. 100%.
How about some yellow jackets?
I remember hearing stuff like this back when I was a teenager, and they'd go, here's what the kids are calling weed. And then as a teenager going, no, that's
Can
not...
I get some dope?
Yeah, like nobody is saying that. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
I mean, no cap? What's coming up on the next episode?
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees, yellow jackets, some goofballs, and 18 years after Dorothy's red ruby slippers were stolen, the alleged culprit is off to see the wonderful wizard of federal court. Get your nug bones ready, jug-a-hose. The lineup for this year's gathering has been revealed. Plus, the man of the hour, the man with the power, has turned sour. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 storm alert day as we are monitoring the potential for showers, thunderstorms, some of them potentially turning severe, mainly between 4 and 8 o'clock this afternoon. So do make sure you're staying weather aware. We do see temperatures rise to the low 90s this afternoon, dipping into the low 70s overnight tonight, and warm temperatures do continue for your Friday.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with WESH 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with WESH 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Tonight, Law & Order Thursday saves the best for last with a can't-miss season finale event. First on Law & Order, McCoy faces his greatest challenge yet, his own daughter, played by Sam Waterston's real-life daughter. How cool is that? Then in a crossover event, Benson and Stegler join forces to take down a deadly murder-for-hire website. The Law & Order Thursday season finale event, tonight on NBC.
Starting at 8 on WESH 2, followed by WESH 2 News at 11.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep so you learn to sleep better night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at Marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now, you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
Jesse Kelly here. I'm not a financial expert, but I do look for solid investment opportunities for investment growth and protection against loss. I do know that putting all your eggs in one basket is not a good financial plan. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver with Oxford Gold is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Or you can buy precious metals and keep them in your safe. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Coming up in just a moment. Don't forget, if you miss any of the show, you can go to the website, get the podcast links. That's up at thenewsjunkie.com. And I don't care how you listen to the show. There's a million different ways. Just don't complain about it too much. Honestly, you've been pretty good at not complaining about the podcast.
Dear
skipping.
assholes.
There's a lot of people who have been very, very patient with the podcast skips, but they're working on it. They assure me they're going to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. We got backup plans ready to go. But for now, just be patient and be good. All right? Thank you. I love you.
Good night.
Now let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Honestly, you just got to start stroking guys. You know, you get out there, you stroke as many guys as you can.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Quick turnaround.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by that mortgage guy Don. That mortgageguyDon.com. I thought that was going to be the whole next episode, just the party lights.
That would be
very fun.
That would be my fingers would be sore afterwards.
Yeah, because you got to keep going back and forth on the buttons for that one.
That mortgage guy Don, he's the one that brings you the next episode. He's also going to bring you peace of mind when it comes to refinancing or buying your first dream home. Get the process started today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It was 60 years ago today, 1963. Sean, you remember this.
I was not alive.
This song by Jimmy Soul. Are you familiar with Jimmy Soul?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Soul like Who Will Save Your Soul, or SOL like the sun?
Like Who Will Save Your Soul.
Oh.
Yeah, Jimmy Soul. The lyrics are, well, they're interesting. It's called If You Want to Be Happy.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. My dad loves this song.
Nerd.
He used to love this song.
Do you know the lyrics?
Yeah.
What?
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, you got to make a mind. I missed it. Point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you.
Yeah.
Real. This was a day and age of songs that were brutal, like the Short People song, which I'm always
Get an ugly girl to marry you?
Yeah.
Your dad would walk around the house singing that?
Oh, yeah. He would.
What did your mom think about
Did she think she was ugly?
No, I
Your
don't
mom
know.
was a beautiful woman.
She didn't. She was all right. She didn't.
Okay, man.
I'm just kidding. She was fantastic.
You were capping.
In every way. Total cap, yes.
Yeah, if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. So from my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you.
Not a bad advice. Not a bad advice.
Speaking of the Billboard charts, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem have made the Billboard charts.
Is this a real band?
It's the Muppets Band.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I sent you the link.
Okay.
One of, I guess, the greatest fake bands of all time, and now they've accomplished something that
It can't be that fake if they made the Billboard charts.
Yeah, a lot of real bands can't do that, but they have their own Disney Plus show called Muppets Mayhem, and the soundtrack debuted at number 13 on the Kids Albums chart.
All right. I like
Check
it.
it out.
A little drum and bass action. Oh, look, Kiss coming?
What? You remember them?
Yeah. Wait, is that not Animal on the drums, or it is?
Go back.
Animal
That
was
should
always
be
the
Animal,
drummer,
right?
Hold on, let's see if I can see it. They're hiding the drummer on me.
Wow, so it's not Animal. Okay, also those are all adults. What
Yeah, why are they at this concert?
Wow, Animal's out?
No, that's got to be Animal back there. He was the drummer. He always was the drummer for the band.
So the Muppets Mayhem, music from the Disney Plus original series. That's the album title.
That's cool.
Features 17 songs credited to the band. Some were written for the show, but there are obviously some covers there that we just played. So congratulations to that fake Muppet band. Considering how old they are, like when the Mayhem started, the Muppets, that has to be like a 93-year-old guitar player Muppet, right?
The band would be old because Muppets are from 1955.
God damn.
So they've been around a while.
Still-
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, the
Yes,
Gen
you
Z
did.
term. My bad.
My gosh.
Someone who is gotten in heaven right now is
right, as they say.
WWE legend Billy Graham has passed away. Oh. Okay.
Is it a mystery why he died? We'll never figure out what killed him.
No, it's not a mystery because, good God, He was dealing with a lot.
What happened?
He had, here we have, congestive heart failure, diabetes, hearing loss, significant infection in the ears and skull, and his kidneys were failing.
Oh, my God.
Great mystery of being taken off of life support.
And that's exactly what happened. He was in ICU for 3 weeks, and then his wife decided to pull the old plug there.
Yeah.
After initially refusing to do so.
Really? That was like a litany of problems.
But what was not a problem? His catchphrases, because he had some gems, and I will read them to you.
All right.
I lift barbell plates. I eat T-bone steaks. I'm sweeter than a German chocolate cake. How much more of me can you take?
Oh.
It gets even better. I'm the reflection of perfection, the number one selection. Billy Graham, baby.
I've never heard of this guy.
You would recognize his face.
Was his wrestling name Billy Graham?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you would have told me Billy Graham
He's a
died,
legend.
I would have thought it was a
pastor,
televangelist.
Right? Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
There is a Billy Graham evangelist.
I think so.
Right? One more for you?
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe looks her best when she's sitting on the superstar's chest.
All right. He never banged Marilyn Monroe.
Rest in peace.
Guarantee you.
Didn't he come out to Jesus Christ Superstar? I think I read somewhere.
Did he?
That was his
That
intro
was his
music?
intro music.
I'll take that as a fact because I did not have that in my article. I do have another fact for you. It's been 18 years since the mysterious
Here's our mystery.
theft of Judy Garland's ruby red slippers.
Those are
from
worth a lot of
museum.
money.
It was a 13-year search after they were stolen from a museum in Michigan. What
Mhm.
museum? The Judy Garland Museum.
That makes
I feel like
sense.
is that a small one?
But somebody went into the museum where these very, very collectible ruby slippers from this famous movie were in, and they were able to just steal them?
2005, at the time of the theft, the slippers were insured for $1 million. They say current fair market appraisal values have the slippers at $3.5 million.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then in 2018, there was a sting operation that was all based on tipsters, and they found the slippers, but they never found the person who stole them until now.
Oh, my. Was it C-Lane?
It was not C-Lane. It was not C-Lane's.
The mystery person.
That's right. It was Terry Martin,
Terry Martin.
76-year-old man who lives 12 miles from the museum. He's been indicted by a federal grand jury for the theft of the missing slippers. And then beyond that, very little information has been provided on how he was identified as the main subject.
How long ago was the theft again?
2005.
2005.
Then it was
All right.
missing for 13 years. Found him in 2018, but never found the dude until now. So the Star Tribune got on the phone with the 76-year-old, and all he had to say was, I got to go on trial. I don't want to talk to you.
That's weird.
Right?
You would have thought that would have been, like, really secured.
Yeah, same.
But I guess
I
it
thought you were going to
wasn't.
say more. My bad. Also secured is a guy and his wife, and they have just secured their tickets to see this gal. I bet without playing. You
Taylor
can guess.
Swift. Taylor
That is
Swift
right.
is what I was thinking.
Xander White and his wife wanted to see Taylor Swift, but tickets were way too expensive and too hard to get, so they put out a unique bargaining chip. They own a New Orleans pizza joint called Z's Pizzeria, and they offered free pizza for an entire year in order to get tickets.
I might do that.
And it actually worked. I'm sorry, you're going to make pizza for
No, if I could get free pizza for a whole year, I might do that. There's a place in New Orleans that I go to that has really good pizza, too.
What's the name of it?
It starts
Z's
with a Z
Pizzeria?
because I was it
What
caught
if
my
it's Z's?
attention. They have like crunchy pizza. If that makes any sense.
Like burnt?
I love it.
When I get a serious craving for something I want to eat.
What's that? What's that?
I need some cheese, tomatoes, and olives, and maybe even some meat.
No
I
olives.
need some pizza. Pizza.
God almighty.
Pizza.
Yeah, they made it happen.
Is this
the
one of the
local-
charts too?
Oh, unfortunately, Montana can't hear it because I got it from TikTok.
Damn it.
Local woman named Janine, she saw the offer on Facebook. Turned out she was going to Taylor's Houston show with a friend. They had 2 extra tickets. They made it happen. As far as the free pizza, I get it for a full year, says Janine. I'm going to try and go as often as I can. I'm trying to stay healthy. That's always a challenge, but it's a great pizza.
You know what's funny about that? They're probably going to be like the first 3 or 4 times they come in to get their free pizza. They'll be like, hey, got Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift. And if she comes like a couple of times a week, eventually they're going to be like, this
Jenny.
bitch is really using this. She's really trying to
And
get
is
as much free
it just
pizza.
like one slice, or you can walk out with a large pie every time?
If it's a whole pizza, that's a lot of money.
Usually, like, if this was a chain that was giving this away, like a Pizza Hut or Papa John's, and they would say, we'll give you free pizza for a year, somewhere in the fine print that goes one pizza per week for 52 weeks.
Yeah,
Or
maximum
something like that. But if it's a ma and pa shop, they might not have done their due diligence, and this lady could be just
every
getting all
day.
kinds of
I
pizza.
feel like it doesn't cost that much.
Remember me? Taylor Swift. Every single time. Oof.
And do you remember Joe Schmo?
Yeah, the Joe Schmo Show?
They are bringing it back, baby.
Oh, this is a new thing now.
I think I found my new crutch.
What?
I keep saying baby.
That's fine. What's wrong with that?
I'm going to get called out for it. They're like, Sabrina, just keep
I don't
saying
think
baby all the time.
No. If it's only a call-out thing if it's a weird thing.
What was
you
that
could say.
phrase I was saying for the longest time?
That being said.
There was a lot of that.
Well, that being said, the Joe Schmo Show premiered 20 years ago.
That show is so adorable. Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
It was an adorable show. It was adorable that he was such
I
a
think
sweet and innocent guy.
It was kind of messed up that everyone around him. Have you seen Have you seen Jury Duty yet?
No, I haven't,
Oh my
but I
God.
really want to.
Sean, you will love it. Sealand, have you watched it yet?
No.
You guys will absolutely.
Unless you're talking about the motion picture starring one Mr. Pauly Shore.
No,
That
this
is
is the
incorrect.
reality version.
But it was essentially the same idea, a bunch of fake actors, except one person has no idea that everyone is fake. And they're calling it basically Big Brother type reality show with a twist, pretending to be a contestant, except for that one guy, the Joe Schmo, the butt of the joke. There were 2 seasons back in 2003.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And it was revived for a third in 2013, but that didn't go well. And
Yeah,
now
that's the problem. When you do a show like that, you have a big risk because if the person figures out in the middle, you're screwed.
Yeah, so it's going to be revived again, but this time on TBS.
All right.
Because that's the place to go to for reality television.
Hey, the writer's strike is on, so they need something.
Mark this time is named Ben. He thinks he's on a show called The Goat. It's hosted by Kat Deely from So You Think You Can Dance. So
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. And if you think that you can rock on, fam, down with the clown to Dead in the Ground, do I have some good news for you?
Woo, woo.
Gathering the Juggalos, the Rock and Hip Hop Festival. They have now released the initial lineup for the 2023 edition, and to that I say, I thought that they were canceling it because one of them was dying.
Oh, really? So one of them sick?
Yeah,
I didn't even
remember,
know.
they were like, they retired it.
Oh,
I thought
the event. Yeah. I mean, those guys must be rich. They're still kicking out there.
They are Holy One-Eyed Mars Monster. The Insane Clown Posse posted alongside the promo video for the 2023 fest, like a souped-up space caddy slamming out a warp drive. End quote.
Isn't this going to be embarrassing when they're older?
No.
Like, the Rolling Stones.
They'll be classic rock.
I'll still go, oh, okay, it's cool. It's the Rolling Stones. They're singing their song. They got, okay, this is satisfaction. But when there's a geriatric man talking about putting nuts in soup, I'm going to be weirded out by it.
How old is older? Because they are 48 and 51.
If they're in their
Yikes.
60s, talking about Down with the Clown, that's
Okay.
embarrassing.
You know what the headliner? One of them?
Who?
Alien Ant Farm.
Oh, really?
This might be your chance.
They're making the rounds.
They also have like a bunch of bands I've never heard of. Kung Fu Vampire.
Nope.
We also have DJ Lala, Babble the Demon, Big Fluff, Darby O Trill, Face It Tamami, Freeze MF, Shiloh, The Coursing, The God Bombs, Trey Magic with Splice,
Wow.
Toast Ghostly, Zitro, and Zombie Cult.
I've never heard of a single one of those bands.
It sounds like drugs, like
Yeah.
the street names for drugs. But there you have it.
You get some big
fam.
fluff.
On the boob tube, we got Celebrity Game Face. We also have Celebrity Prank Wars. And you'll never believe this, a series premiere, I Survived with Bear Grylls, in which he has a celebrity on with him, I'm pretty
No.
sure. Also, series premiere of Rainn Wilson and the Geography of Bliss on Peacock.
I'll be watching.
Will you? Have you? I haven't heard of that show at all.
No, I kind of like Rainn Wilson, though. He's a strange guy.
Yeah. He is.
He's interesting.
All you strange people, follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say with me, Merker.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. You know what the cool band is right now?
Okay.
Oh, man. The up-and-coming cool band right now.
Slaps?
I was listening to a little bit of them yesterday. It was called Sleep Token. That's the name of the band, Sleep
All right.
Token. And they're kind of like, what's that rock band where it's very performative on stage?
Gar?
Ghost. is the band I'm
Ghost.
thinking of. It's like Ghost.
Ghost looks like a very heavy metal band, but it's like hair metal.
Yeah, but like the way that they present themselves, and there's like a lot of artistry going on. And Sleep Token, this band, they all like kind of paint themselves, and it's almost Gwar-like. But I said, let's see what they sound like live. And I saw, it was so sad. I saw a music festival, and they were playing in broad daylight. And it's like a heavy metal band in broad daylight seems so much different than
Just Okay 8.
Yeah. Oh, it's like these bands that you need to see them at night, and you need to see them inside. Sleep Token's good though. Oh, and by the way, thanks to the dispatcher from yesterday, I just want to toss this out there. The dispatcher that mentioned that archive thing to get around paywalls.
Oh, yeah?
Magnifique, sir.
Oh.
Magnifique.
Send me
It
the
works
link.
so brilliantly. Archive.today.
Okay.
And they have a Chrome plugin. Oh, it works so well. Thank you for that. Okay, more of your dispatches on the way. We got an interview coming up in a bit. We'll tell you about that as we move forward. A very concerned listener has something to say. And there's a street that's going to be named after somebody, but I don't know if this is going to work out. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's here. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival now through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for congestion on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound south of North Hancock Road and before Oakland Exchange. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between State Road 408 and Colonial Drive. Expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wausau's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
It's Memorial May at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Get Memorial Day deals today and all month. Buy this today. Make no payments for 6 months. Get up to $5,000 more than your trade is worth. Offers for a limited time only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. See dealer for details.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. So fired up to introduce you guys to Life Imaging FLA up from South Florida, where they've been saving lives weekly. How do they do it, you ask? Well, they save lives with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose radiation CT scanner that can easily detect heart disease and cancer before a patient shows any symptoms, and it only uses a fraction of the radiation of most CT scanners. Even better, no dyes, you don't have to get undressed, and it only takes about 10 minutes. No question, early detection saves lives because 1 out of 3 people will die from heart disease, and the worst part is, in 30 to 40% of those heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan. It's a value of $699 and only has a few minimum requirements. From your cell phone, call pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Do this for you and all of your loved ones. Get that peace of mind with prevention with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
After an accident,
it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Whoa, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for a limited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa. Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get peace of mind for life with the new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Question for everybody, and I think I might know the answer, and it's not a good one, but I think I might know the answer. I was thinking about all this stuff like that dude who choked out the guy on the subway in New York and some other incidents where you see people are just like freaking out in public, right? And like, what are you supposed to do? What is your responsibility as a citizen in those situations? And not a week ago, Courtney and I were walking through the neighborhood. We're walking lady, and I go, whoa, slow up. And she didn't recognize what was going on. I saw this dude across the street. He's probably in his 40s or something, though a lot of times with the homeless people, you can't tell because the age acceleration is real. Mm-hmm. And this guy is across the street, and he's screaming out stuff, okay? He's walking down the sidewalk, and he has a hubcap from a car in his hand, like a full-size hubcap off.
Was
of
it a
Uber.
white guy that looked kind of like Jesus?
No, it was a black dude. Okay. Tall
I saw
guy.
a crazy dude as well. Maybe the day for
Well,
it.
the same question would apply to both of them. But so this guy, he's like banging the hubcap on, he's screaming, he's talking, and he's having just an absolute episode. Schizophrenic, I think. And he would just start talking about everything he saw. Like he walked across the street and there was a house with a basketball hoop, and he's like, "Goddamn basketball hoop," and then just screaming about
Damn it, I wish I didn't laugh.
anything that were around him. Yeah, like crazy people having a breakdown in public would do. And I thought to myself at that time, I'm like, what are you supposed to do? What do I do with that? Now, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay away from that person because I don't want to get myself hurt and I don't want to get my girlfriend hurt. That's the smartest move, I think, to do this. And I says, slow down. Let the man pass. And so we waited until he kind of wandered his way over. I thought he was going to come at us for a second, but, I'm just going to do my best to stay away from this dude. That's my goal. But is there like a number? Is there like a hotline? Is there like a hobo hotline where you call people? You say there's a person having a mental episode in public right now.
Well,
I don't think there is.
So in the Orlando area, they did try for that.
Did
it
they?
was like, it was the, I forgot what they called it, but it was a group of people that you could call, and it wasn't the police necessarily, but they call them like city rangers. And they would come around, especially in the bar area. Like, this person is having an issue here, and they would come and talk to them.
Right.
And maybe offer them somewhere else to go.
Yeah.
Or see what was going on, call the ambulance if they need to. Now, they have pushed for, after seeing all these incidents where people are having a mental breakdown and ends in someone getting shot and killed,
Mhm.
that they wanted to create like a separate mental health brigade
Right.
for like
People that
with
would go
law
out-
enforcement instead of calling the cops immediately.
Right. And this to me is something that is like, it's a no-brainer. We see somebody who is in a crisis. They're like talking to themselves. They're like smashing things around. They're very unpredictable. And maybe it's why that dude felt he had no other option but to choke the guy or like to hold him in a headlock, because what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? How is there not like a service, a number, something that you can call where somebody goes out and then they see that this person is in a state of distress and they get them and they bring them to go get some help? Why is that not a thing?
I think most people just call the cops.
That's what they do, right? And then what
There
are the
should
cops?
be, because the funding's not there for it. They don't want to allocate it to that.
There's plenty of funding to go around. It's just that we don't spend it on stuff that
Exactly.
makes sense like this. The cops can't do anything. What is a cop who has gone through whatever training that they go through? What is a cop going to do to help a person in a mental health crisis? There's nothing that they can do. So if we have nobody to call, we have no service that can help somebody who's schizophrenic and losing it in public, then we're setting ourselves up for failure, because then you get the person who goes, "Oh, he's coming near me and I'm going to shoot him." Or you call the cops and that does nothing. And maybe the cops have a bad interaction with him. Like another example is the naked guy we talked about in Miami the other day. Now there's a bunch of news stories about that guy.
Oh, yeah?
And
what are they saying?
Not too much new, but it said that it was actually...
Are they talking about his penis?
They didn't mention his penis, but everybody else did.
Seemed to be all we did.
And Courtney said his penis was hilarious after the show. I said, "Oh, you watched that video? What do you do when that guy is fully nude in downtown Miami and he's freaking out, flailing on everybody, fighting people, messing with people, doing all this stuff?" I guess in that case you can call the cops because he's breaking some sort of law. But in some cases, they're not really breaking the law. How is there not like a service that you call, they pull up, they take the person in, and they bring them to a place to get help so that they can feel better? There's a guy who was a big figure downtown. He was wild. He was an eccentric dude. I think he wore like a wig of braids. You know what I'm talking
That's
about?
the one who got hit by the train.
Yeah, the one who got hit by the
You're
train.
talking about blonde dreads.
Yeah, blonde dreads.
He a lot of homophobic slurs he
Yeah.
would scream. I remember down the street he was calling everyone the F word, and then he looked at me and he's like, "Indian girl."
He was crazy and he was loud. Mostly, I will say, he wasn't a physical threat. Like, I don't think I ever saw him hit anybody, but he was jacked because he had all that tension in his body all the time. And
Okay.
so,
And then remember I found out afterwards, after you and Courtney which is still a wild story, witnessed him being hit by a train.
Yeah, he got hit head on by a train.
My cop friends had told me that it knocked the crazy out of him.
Yes.
He was perfectly normal. Never did anything like that again.
Knocked the crazy out of him, or did he get treatment in a hospital? They gave him medication, and then his normal side came out.
He went to the hospital. At first, I thought he was dead, but Courtney was crying, so I was like, "Oh, he's definitely alive."
Slow down.
Looking out the window, and I'm looking down on the train tracks where we just watched him get hit from 10 feet away, and I'm like, "Oh, he's good. Yeah, he's good." And so he did survive, and then all of a sudden, this guy goes to the hospital, and I'm guessing, I of course don't know, that he got some treatment there, because then you would see him downtown, and he wouldn't be crazy, and he wasn't screaming things. He wasn't doing all this. But it took him getting hit by a goddamn train to fix that problem. It took that. We don't need to wait for all of these people to get hit by trains before we can have some empathy for them and like get them help.
He always reminded me of the fiddle player for Dave Matthews Band. If he was blonde.
Yeah.
Just different colored dreads.
Yeah. And he was a man who was dealing with a lot of problems.
Love the F word.
And it worked out for him that he got some help and he got some medication.
It took him getting hit by a train.
It did. It took him getting hit by a train to bring him to the hospital so the people in the hospital could go, we see what's happening here. Let's get him this medicine. The biggest issue we have here, and this is, I think, an absolute truth, is people are scared of taking somebody in who hasn't committed a crime. They're like, he's not harming anybody. He hasn't committed a crime. It's a wait till.
It's crazy.
Let's wait till he commits a crime. Then we arrest him. And then do we bring him to the hospital? No, we bring him to prison. We bring him to jail. So now he's just crazy in a jail. And we need to have this system. I'm not saying like dog catchers, but a system where people can take somebody like that and bring them into temporary custody and bring them to a facility where they can get them help and get them medication. And if we have that, at least there'll be something that you can do. Because I sat there looking at this guy and I go, I feel bad for him. I also feel scared of him. I'm not afraid to say it. This is how I felt in the moment.
Well, then imagine people that feel, or maybe their closest loved ones, they're not homeless, but you could tell your friend's about to have a mental breakdown.
Right.
It's like you could Baker Act them. And if that goes well, hopefully they get the medication that they need. But what if, like, you have all these people and there's no room in the hospital?
Right.
Like, the funds aren't there for it. They don't have insurance. So what goes with that care and the cost of it?
We need to bring this back.
Let's start a GoFundMe.
They're doing it for everybody else.
No cap.
I think this would be something that would be super, super useful. Of course, we can't talk about things like this because every politician is talking about transgender people or whatever the issue du jour is,
Sean.
Or banning books or whatever, instead of actual things. I would guarantee almost everybody, you listening right now to the sound of my voice, guarantee you had a moment where you were walking down the street and you saw somebody in this state and you went, let me cross the street or walk over here. But there's nothing I can do to help this person out, even though I know they need help. That's crazy to me. That's a broken-ass system to me. That's a big, big problem. And everybody's too scared to fix it because they don't want to be seen as rounding up the crazies and bringing them to the asylums. That's the fear right there. That's the fear. That fear stops us from actually helping people. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, and Christine emails. It says, good afternoon / good evening. This might be controversial.
All right.
Uh-oh. Let's see what we got here. But you might want to find out what type of phone folks that are having the skip issue are using to listen to the podcast. I've had no issues with the podcast, and I listen to all the shows on the iHeartRadio app, which makes me think it might be an issue with the phone update and not with the podcast or with the iHeart app. To me, it seems weird the issue would only affect some listeners and not all if the issue was with the app and not the phone. I don't know. You might be right. I don't know. I just want somebody to fix it for me. I spend a lot of time here in this job screaming about things that don't work right and then not getting anything back. It's like, hey, this is not working. We should have this fixed. And then I go, okay, nobody seems to want to fix that. So I guess it remains broken.
Well, it's on the list.
Also, random thing you might want to know, although I know this wasn't the issue this time, smoke detectors are only good for around 10 years. I found this out the hard way. If your smoke detector goes off for no reason, that's a sign that you need to replace them. I actually ended up calling the fire department one day because my smoke alarm was going off and would not stop, and they let me know what was going on. They did unplug my detector for me and give me a temporary one. I didn't know they did that.
That's cool.
But then they come like repo it later?
It says temporary one to stick to the wall to hold me over till I could get new detectors. I'm working on this. First, I'm going to do it in the studio Because
whatever happened to the bathroom noise?
it stopped. It did it again the other day for a minute, but then it stopped again. So
Well, what's that up there above C-Lane?
I don't know
Is
what
that not?
is. No, I don't.
Okay.
That's
I don't-
part of a doorbell.
Is it? Okay, yeah. I think we dismantled it so it doesn't ring in here.
Looks like a smoke detector.
It does, kind of. I want to put in here one of the newfangled ones, like they have a Nest smoke detector.
Yeah.
And it detects all the other things too.
And takes your data.
And maybe. I'm willing to give it up for the safety here because that's a hell of a lot smarter. When you have a smoke detector that's going to tell you on your phone, no matter where you are, hey, I'm going off over here. There's a problem at the house. That to me, that's the next step, though. I think they're probably expensive. Might be a move to make.
You want that for your birthday?
No.
For the commercial break, I offered Sean a new printer.
The printer works
and he was
fine.
very, very defensive about it.
Look at this. It's printing fine. They don't like
You
this
see?
a line on the
Okay,
paper.
but that's one of the best print jobs because there's other stuff that you can't even read.
I mean, they're all pretty much the same. I just put new toner
And
in
now
there.
show what I printed out for you at my home
Just
printer.
put new toner in there, but wipe it or something.
I know. I did. I wiped it down.
No, you didn't.
I know
Show
this
mine.
is different.
Look
Okay.
at that. That's beautiful.
It's just a little cleaner. Mine's been around for
Let
a
me
while.
get you no printer, man. I don't know what to get for you. I got you a Christmas gift of an ashtray.
You guys don't
never
have to get
saw
me
it
anything.
again
I don't want you to get me anything. Why would you guys get me anything?
because you got me something for my birthday last month.
That's okay. We can stop with the birthday stuff.
Oh my God,
We don't
no,
need to do
we
this thing.
can't.
Why not? We're adults now. We've been doing this show for 10 years. We
So
still
we're
gonna
gonna
get
be
to the
here
birthday thing?
live on your birthday and
Yes.
just like we bring you nothing. That's so uncomfortable.
Why don't you say something nice to me?
Because I'd rather buy you something.
Rather just throw money at the problem here.
I mean, all you have to do is say happy birthday. That's all I want for my birthday. I don't even need that really. I just want
See,
to.
you're being like hipster about
No,
this.
I'm not. I don't. Courtney does this to you. What do you think Courtney's giving me for my birthday?
Oh, can't say that on the radio.
Probably nothing. Probably because I tell her, don't get me anything. Do you know the things that I want? If I told her, I go,
Vagina.
I was literally at my keyboard to strike the same.
Priceless. can't put a number on it.
Vagina.
The things that I want, I would go, sure, you pay for some programming to get the app rebuilt. And
Okay,
she's going to
no.
go, well, I don't really have, $25,000 laying
No,
around.
what you want, because you get the things. You remind me of my dad so much in the
Oh,
sense
boy.
that like you can't get you anything because he's already bought it. It's like, well, I do want Anne Frank's like shoes, but those are $1 million.
I just
so.
don't really want anything.
I feel like I could use so many other examples than
Anne Frank's shoes was an interesting place to go. At least you
Thinking
didn't talk
rare
about
items.
Anne Frank's
Vagina.
Oh, that's weird. She
too
was
far.
13.
She's
You want
older
like
now.
like a pig fetus in a jar, don't you?
No, I mean that's kind of cool actually. If it was like
Right there on the top, a little bit.
mutated pig's fetus in a jar, yeah, I would go for that.
Nearly impossible to get.
Probably going to be really expensive. You don't have to get anything from me.
Sabrina at realradio.fm.
It's not going to hurt my feelings if I don't get anything from either of you for my birthday.
I'm going to feel uncomfortable.
Just your appearance here is all that I'm looking for.
Well, I'm taking that day off.
Vagina.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's do a couple of dispatches. Let's see what's going on where you are. Hopefully, it's better than it is here with me.
Oh.
Here is Maui chiming in. It says crazies. All right.
On the subject of having like an organization of some sort that will come out and help someone who's in a mental health crisis, reminds me of all the like in cartoons growing up, somebody would be like crazy, and the men in the white like shirts and pants would
Get 'em.
come, like just they'd always be really big, and they'd come and take the person and put them on a stretcher or whatever, and just like put them in a white van and drive
Yeah, we don't even do that.
That's what we need.
Yeah, but then they throw them in a building and don't do anything about it.
No.
Just a bunch of crazy people that get fed twice a day.
We just wait it out. We just go, eventually this will all sort itself out. Tom on YouTube says, I took a mentally ill person to jail 21 times. Finally, they placed her at Chattahoochee. The system is broken for the mentally ill. Yes, like I said, it's because people don't want people being rounded up and brought somewhere. They think this is anti-freedom.
They're saying on the texting service that you can call the police and request a CIT trained officer.
Okay.
If there's a mental health crisis in Orlando, Orange County area.
Here's what the problem is. If you have one of these CIT officers, here's what I want to know. if they come out and the person is like totally incoherent, but when they say, do you want us to help you? The person says no. Can they do anything? And I think that's the problem. There's no teeth. There's no teeth. I want them to be able to take them off the streets, even if the person says no. If the person says no, I don't want, and then they're screaming at basketball hoops again 5 seconds later, and dinging around a rim off of a car that they're carrying around with them. Like I know that's probably controversial to some of you. I want them to round these people up because even though it looks bad in the moment, like a dog catcher situation, in the long run, yeah, it's a hell of a lot better. You get them on some medication. Maybe they get their life back together. That's good stuff right there. A lot of people are suggesting you get me beefaroni. I'm trying to.
You already have an entire pantry full of that.
I do. And if you've noticed, I haven't been touching it much because I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to clean things up a little bit.
Get you a diet beefaroni.
I have changed. You folks don't even seem to notice this. I have changed. I haven't had a Captain and diet in 3 weeks. All right, 3 weeks, haven't had a single drop of it.
What about whiskey?
What have you had?
I have had whiskey. Yes, I have like 2 White Claws per day, about 2 White Claws, and then I have a couple of shots while we're watching a movie like last night, Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I'm. And then eventually it's like chop those shots down a little bit. I'm gonna be a normal person soon. I swear to God, I'm on the path to being a normal human being. I can feel it in my bones.
I also feel it.
How often do you go to the bar?
I haven't been to the bar since this weekend.
Oh,
Okay.
See, you see what
Great.
I'm talking about?
Look at us go.
Changing things around. I'm sure the bartenders aren't thrilled with that, but
Yeah.
I'll have to make it up.
Bar's going to close now.
We're going to the. It's not going to close. I just got to be.
How are they going to pay rent this
Vagina.
month, man?
I might have been keeping that place open. I'm just going to go there and be extra generous when I go the one day a week where I get some of their delicious damn tacos over there. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about this street that is going to be named after somebody that is a little bit controversial. Who is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before World Drive. The left lane is blocked. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. And delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
People don't understand how I do what I do. It's simple. I've got 50 guys in a room bidding all these cars that come in to GiveMeTheVin.com. We pay extra for the nice ones, and we put the bad ones on the money. There is a difference between a good one and a bad one, but they're all worth something. Look at the reviews online. Look at what people have had to say about GiveMeTheVin.com. It's real. It's here. We're the Amazon now of car buyers, and we want to buy yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Life is great when you get a VA home loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Like having expert guidance through the home buying process kind of great. With other lenders, life is okay. Like figuring it out for yourself okay.
What do ARM, DTI, and PMI mean?
I don't know. Too many acronyms.
Luckily, when you're a member, life is better. Like getting expert guidance from a top VA home loan lender kind of better. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
Dunkin' Iced Radio, take one.
Dunkin' Iced Coffee is... Ooh, sorry. One more time. Dunkin' Iced... Ooh, Kelly, we're trying to record a timely summer-focused radio spot for Dunkin' Iced. Can you stop with the shaking?
But, this is the sound a Dunkin' Ice makes. Maybe you should keep it in?
Well, yeah. That's actually a pretty good idea. Try all the Dunkin' refreshers, iced coffees, cold brews, and lattes. Dunkin' Iced. America runs on Dunkin'.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on all your pet's health and wellness needs. Petco has your pet's favorite food brands like Blue Buffalo, IAMS, Wholehearted, Royal Canin, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of your pet's needs, such as vaccinations and flea, tick, and heartworm prevention and more. Don't forget your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today. With Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Tonight, Law & Order Thursday saves the best for last with a can't-miss season finale event. First on Law & Order, McCoy faces his greatest challenge yet, his own daughter, played by Sam Waterston's real-life daughter. How cool is that? Then in a crossover event, Benson and Stegler join forces to take down a deadly murder-for-hire website. The Law & Order Thursday season finale event, tonight on NBC.
Starting at 8 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 11.
Just come out, the man when you're in trouble. Car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out, when you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
A couple of things to catch up on before we get to you and your dispatchers. Plus, this weekend chefs. Celine, you might know some of the guys involved in this particular This Week in Chefs.
All right.
I mean, it's the first ever, but, you'll get the point.
I sure hope it's not the last ever.
No, it might be. I don't know how things go. You know, when you get two stories that are like together, you just do it this weekend, and then sometimes it never happens again.
You used to warn us when there would be stuff like this, so we could get you some nice little accoutrement, some music going or something.
This is the warning. It's going to happen in like a handful of minutes here. That's the best I can do. We were talking about these homeless people, and I said there's no service that you can reach out to and call to get them off the streets, to get them actual help. When you got some like schizophrenic crazy dude walking down the sidewalk who's a danger to himself and others, we just don't have that anymore because there were some things that they did back in the day called deinstitutionalization, where they shut down all of these asylums, and asylums became a bad thing, and people were scared of them for decent reasons because there was a lot of experimental stuff going on. They were drilling in people's heads quite a bit more than they probably should have been.
Can't wait to have one of those.
Lobotomies, they were a thing for a
day.
hot second. They were shocking people to try to fix them. And they went too far, and then the asylums got a bad name. But I guess there's some still around because somebody said the person that they brought to the police a whole bunch of times eventually ended up in Chattahoochee. And then C-Lane said it was like Chattahoochee something asylum. And I looked it up. It's called Florida State Hospital. That's the name now. But it was originally called Florida State Hospital for the Insane, which is wild. They said it previously served as a military arsenal during the Seminole Wars and the American Civil War. It later became the site of Florida's first state prison. It was subsequently refurbished as a mental hospital known as Florida State Hospital for the Insane, which it opened in 1876.
Yeah.
They said it gained notoriety over the course of its long history. It was sued in O'Connor versus Donaldson, a case that went to the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled that the hospital had illegally confined one of its patients. The decision contributed to the deinstitutionalization movement, which resulted in changes to state laws and the closure of many public mental institutions in the country. Therein lies the problem. We closed all these places down because of what some of them did that was wrong. We should have just fixed them so that we could take people who are having public breakdowns and bring them to a place where you could put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But this place, it must be interesting working in a place like that. Man.
You know, someone pushes for that, Sean, and immediately goes to a side.
What do you mean?
It will be.
And it goes
a push-
political?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course
And
it
then it will be disagreed upon and never move forward.
Yeah, of course it will. It'll become political immediately because you'll have people probably, I don't know where everybody would end up. The
I feel
problem
like
is,
it would be more of a left thing.
Yeah, the problem is with the rounding up of people. So, and this is a fair point. People are going to go, these people are free. They're not doing anything wrong. You can't apprehend them and hold them. I'm saying we should be able to. You're helping them by doing this. They just don't know, because they're not of sound mind and body, what they actually need in any of these moments. So, yeah, it's interesting to hear about that place. I'd like to take a look over there. It's kind of cool. A lot of history.
Is that what you
going
want
on
for your
there.
birthday?
A tour of the insane asylum. That's where I'd like to go, please. Before I get into this week in chefs,
Imagine they're going to make you buy a brownie for a ghost again.
in Oakland, California, they are renaming a street to honor the late rapper Tupac Shakur.
All right.
A stretch of MacArthur Boulevard.
All eyes on me.
By Lake Merritt, the street where he once lived, will be called Tupac Shakur Way, and it'll be marked with commemorative plaques and signs to remind people of Shakur's contributions to Oakland and celebrate art and culture as a catalyst for societal change. They really, really want in this, they want changes, Tupac, and they want Dear Mama, Tupac. They don't want, like, I wonder why they call you bitch, Tupac. They don't want, like...
Ambitions of a Writer.
They don't want some of these other ones. I still haven't even heard that song, even though...
I play it every time.
You were right about that being tops on Spotify.
Thank you.
They want you to remember just like the Tupac that was trying to fix some stuff and do some good stuff. They said more recently, FX had a 5-part docuseries called Dear Mama that tells the story of Shakur and his mother. His mother, Afeni Shakur Davis, she was actually, the U.S. government called her a terrorist. I think she ended up in Cuba because she was involved with like a terrorist group in the U.S. And I don't think he knew his mom quite a bit. He was fatally shot in 1996.
That's why he had to write her those letters.
That's right. In
Maybe.
1996, he was fatally
Allegedly.
shot in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. How old was Tupac when he died? Anybody know?
I do, and it's, gosh.
22?
22. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay.
What do you
I
say?
thought you were agreeing.
He says 22?
27.
27 is closer. 25 years old.
Isn't that so
young.
weird to
Yeah.
think about?
He was young, 25.
I think about Tupac, I'm like, oh, he was, when I listened to him, much older than me, obviously, but I think about a 25-year-old now as a 33-year-old, and I'm like, that's a baby.
He seemed like an adult. He seemed like a grown man, like doing his thing.
Well, Notorious B.I.G. is getting his own, or maybe already has his own road as well.
Where's his
Christopher
road?
Wallace in Brooklyn.
Really? Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, that's where it would be.
Where would I get
East-
a road?
East
In
Coast,
North
West Coast.
Miami or here in Orlando?
You could do either. You could sponsor one. I know that's doable. You want somebody to
No,
give
when
you the
I
road.
die, I want a road dedicated to me.
Sabrina Amber Way?
That'd be cool. What's
I-
the smallest type of road? A street?
like a
Or an
cul-de-sac.
avenue.
You could get the Sabrina
Yeah.
cul-de-sac.
That'd be nice.
There's already a road with my name on it here, so I don't even need it.
Oh,
Lane, Lane?
a lot of them have your name. Yeah. There's not a Lane though, is there?
There's a Chris Lane.
There is a Chris Lane. Oh man. See, yours is the easiest one to actually get on the street sign.
Must be nice.
Find one of those and steal it, take it off, and send it to C Lane.
I think that is illegal.
It's definitely illegal.
Okay, cool.
Super illegal. But he does illegal stuff all the time.
No, I don't.
Yes, you tell me each day at least one illegal thing that you've done.
What did I do today that was illegal?
Well,
I don't want to talk about it.
you have kind of like a team of illegal activities now. Can't wait till that baby's born. There could be a whole
Criminal dad is what you're going to be.
Bonnie and Clyde and baby.
You're going to be like Criminal Minds, but Criminal Dad because there's drone stuff. You know, I don't want to put everything out there.
None of that's illegal.
Skirting. I think you're in a gray area.
No cap.
You're in the gray area a little bit.
You have no idea what area I'm in.
I just know some things might have happened.
Okay.
There's a lot of laws you can break
We're
with the
going
drone.
down the
Nothing
road
happened.
we don't want to go down.
Is it true or not true that you've been peeping in women's rooms?
Okay, that is an allegation.
Very untrue. Let's do this week in chefs. All right, here we go. The first one is about a chef who I think.
How do you feel about this?
Would have hoped for something a little more Italian.
I liked it though. Okay, yeah. The first one's
What
about.
happened to Max?
He still sends in
Oh, yeah.
dispatches.
Oh, you just don't play him?
I play some of them. Most of them I don't play. Okay, this chef is not only a good human being, a really good human being, one of the best, in fact, with
He's an
his
incredible human being.
with his charity called World Central Kitchen. He's also a fantastic chef. His name's Jose Andres. I've been to several of his restaurants, and they are good. The one that I've been to, there's one here in town. I've been to it in Washington as well. I think it's called Jaleo. I think that's how you say it, or Yaleo. I'm not sure.
Probably Jaleo if he's Hispanic.
Hey, however it goes, buddy, it's delicious.
Okay, buddy.
It's a good place.
Whoa.
And he's in the news today.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
And he's in This Week in Chefs because he was just made an exception. In Palo Alto, and in fact throughout the whole state of California, they're doing away with natural gas. New buildings cannot have natural gas. You can't have that natural gas burner you want in that stove. And there's no reason to do this. Again, it's entirely based off of a conspiracy theory that natural gas stoves are dangerous and are going to cause something to happen to your children. It is not true. It's absolutely a conspiracy. And the conspiracy that's not a conspiracy, that's actually the truth, is it's companies that electrify buildings, meaning they take a building that was mainly, they take a building that was relying on gas stoves, and they retrofit it to work with electrical stoves. That was the company that was behind this research, but everybody's stupid. So now they're going to try to ban gas stoves. Don't let this happen in this country, please, or the city you live in. Fight against it because it's stupid and it's fake.
Says the guy who has an electric stove.
No, I want a gas stove. And I have a gas line coming into this house. I would get one at some point. I just know that this is stupid. But Jose Andres, he's opening up this place in this brand new mall in Palo Alto. And he says, I'm putting the all gas stove in here. And they go, you can't. No new buildings can have gas stoves. And he goes, I'm doing it anyways. And he sues. And his restaurant, Zaitinia, is one of 3 buildings that the mall operator, Simon Property Group, is planning to build at this Macy's location that shut down.
Oh.
And he fought against them. And they said, we are going to make an exception, but just for you. There's an exception in the rules now.
Because he's so nice?
Just for him, because he said, I cook types of food here that can only be cooked over a gas stove. And the way that I produce this food...
I got you.
The way that I produce this food requires me to have a gas stove. And he won.
You could argue that easily.
I think everybody should just argue that.
Could you not get the same, like, flame power? I imagine that's the reason why you want a gas stove from your wood burning.
I think
like your coal fire.
Let's say you're using a wok, right? I don't think you can use a wok on an electric stovetop.
I mean, I have a wok style pan, but it's not the same.
What kind of flame do you need for a wok? Like a Waka Flock?
Waka?
Waka Flocka?
She almost ran headfirst into the F word. Hit the brakes real quick. What is the thing called that they cook at Jaleo? Like they have to cook it in huge quantities. It's rice. Paella. I think.
I love paella.
I think paella requires that too.
They do that over an open flame, though.
Yeah, that's
You're
what I'm
doing
saying.
Like a campfire,
Right,
though.
He uses these big burners, but those big burners are powered by natural gas, and it falls underneath this same stupid ass thing that they're doing.
Even if you're just using a stove and you're a steakhouse, you're going to get a better sear on your steak if you use natural gas.
This whole thing frustrates me so much. It's so stupid. All right.
What do you put the beefaroni on? What do you cook that in?
I put it in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
I tend to put it
Natural
in the microwave. I use my brain to very closely time the microwave. I open every 5 seconds or so to
And
make
then
sure
when
ultimate
ready.
beefaroni temperature has been reached.
Plus 30 seconds, plus 30 seconds.
Yeah, you keep doing that. Open it, take a look. Open it, take a look.
I love that.
The second chef in This Week in Chefs, this is somebody that I wasn't familiar with, but his name is Will Agajanian. Heard of him, C-Lane?
Wow.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Waka flocka.
Look up Will Agajanian. Will.
That should be easy.
As you think. Agajanian, as you would think.
I got it.
AGH.
No, that's how I
You
think
got
it.
So right now it says a chef of a popular Los Angeles restaurant called Horses accused her husband and business partner of killing the family's cats in a divorce filing in which she also asked for a domestic violence restraining order. So this thing is getting ugly. She said she was physically assaulted by this guy, and on numerous occasions he killed the family's cats. And also, they have a restaurant named Horses. So what are they actually serving up at this place? And now we need to investigate this.
That's a lot of sounds for me.
Will and I have had cats that mysteriously ended up dying, including one in 2017 who I took to a shelter when she suddenly became seriously wounded overnight. The shelter
took
told me
to a shelter?
she
What
had been
about
abused,
a
but
vet?
he denied it. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this relationship, but things do not look very, very good here.
I mean, you are a particular type of person that, in revenge, you kill a pet.
That's a person who's a murderer right there.
Yes.
That's a serial killer type. Anything about him on the internet? Horses.
Says she filed for the domestic violence restraining order against Agajanian in November 2022. That's where she alleged that her husband physically assaulted her and killed cats.
And they were also working on opening a second restaurant called Froggies. You said it already. I was trying to find the sounds. I didn't hear that part.
I never said Froggies. I didn't say that.
No.
I didn't say it.
Then what?
I thought it was a bad joke.
No, that's what it's. They actually are
I
doing
thought it was
that.
Waka Flocka all over again.
No, the Waka Flocka was out of my brain. This is actually a true story.
Froggies was
A
the
second restaurant, Froggies, in New York City.
I'm going to take a quick break.
Guys, I'm telling the truth. I'm reading it. The article.
I don't think they're doing it.
We're all a little behind. Quick break. When we come back, we'll have jury duty. Plus, we have an interview on the horizon for you. It's all coming up next on the
Vagina.
News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Rays and Mets will play the rubber game of their series this afternoon. Tampa's bid for 3 straight wins was thwarted by New York's walk-off rally last night. After playing New York City FC to a draw last night, Orlando City FC is preparing for their in-state rival. The Lions face Inter Miami on Saturday. And tennis star Rafael Nadal will miss the French Open for the first time in his career because of a hip injury he suffered back in January. I'm Scott Davidson.
Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact ready-for-anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
At SimpliSafe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with SimpliSafe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. So fired up to introduce you guys to Life Imaging FLA up from South Florida, where they've been saving lives weekly. How do they do it, you ask? Well, they save lives with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose radiation CT scanner that can easily detect heart disease and cancer before a patient shows any symptoms, and it only uses a fraction of the radiation of most CT scanners. Even better, no dyes, you don't have to get undressed, and it only takes about 10 minutes. No question, early detection saves lives because 1 out of 3 people will die from heart disease, and the worst part is, in 30 to 40% of those heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan. It's a value of $699 and only has a few minimum requirements. From your cell phone, call pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Do this for you and all of your loved ones. Get that peace of mind with prevention with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Whoa, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for a limited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
With the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Summit Racing has the parts and accessories to get your ride summer road trip ready. With millions of parts from the best brands in stock, you'll find exactly what you need to hit the highway or take the road less traveled. SummitRacing.com. Everything you need for anything you drive.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Radio.
Jury duty in just a moment. And keep hearing the commercial for that dog show, and I'm like, am I the guy? Am I the guy who takes Lady out to the dog show? I think I might be.
You can bring your own dog?
Yeah. Go to the dog show. Oh, you guys haven't been to one of these dog things?
Like a Westminster style?
No, not that kind. I'm not that guy, all right? I'm never going to be the guy.
You guys went to a cat show.
We went to a cat show one time just for the lulz, and it was
Did you get lulz or lulz?
Lulz. I got a lot of lulz. It was the weirdest thing in the world. And I expected there to be a bunch of weird people at a cat show, and it delivered on everything. That was like in a Radisson or something, like some random room, like ballroom in a Radisson. And we went there, and like all these people had stuff that they would make at home and sell as cat toys. It was a whole thing, man.
A real treat.
Interesting characters there at that event. But
this dog show, bring your dog.
No, like I think I'm saying it wrong. I don't mean dog show. Like when everybody has an event and they have like the thing where the dogs jump into the water.
Yeah.
Like dog day at the park kind of thing. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, now I definitely know what you're talking
Is
about.
it a dog show? Or am I saying
It's not
that
a
wrong?
dog
It's
show.
like a dog gathering,
Yeah,
dog fest.
a dog fest. That's more of what I'm talking about.
I would love
think.
to bring Carl to something like that, and because he loves other dogs, but he also has this bark that is so shrill
Yeah.
that like it could be an in and out situation, which I have to leave now because you're making a scene.
Yeah. When you walk him, is he like running far ahead of you and like trying to pull you and stuff, or is he too small for that?
No, he pulls me for sure, and then if he is distracted, like if he sees a dog cross the street, we are now changing course.
Yeah.
Until they say hi to each other, he is not walking with me. And then the other day there was a dog that got loose and was like beelined it to Carl.
Oh no!
Was gonna attack him, and because he's so light, I picked him up like I don't know, like
on the leash.
On the leash, he's swinging around like this. I mean, technically, I saved his life, but it was so funny to see him like a chandelier almost. And then I just like picked him up, and then the other dog's barking at me, and I'm just so glad he's 5 pounds and not heavier than that.
Yeah, that makes it handy. When that happened one time with Elvis when he was here, I tried to pick up Elvis, and I'm like, "Wow!" It's like carrying.
You ended up going
barrel.
down with him.
Yeah, that was
Slow down.
It was not easy to do. All right, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. After an accident, you get everything together. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And if you're confused about what to do next, just get on the phone, and Moses will help you out to get the care that you need. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. They said there's a lot in the way of judgments coming from the Supreme Court in the next week or so. Some things will have a big impact on our life in a time where people really aren't trusting of the Supreme Court very much. I saw that that was in a story yesterday, I think. But in this case, hold on, let me see. To issue opinions. Here it is. I wanted to bring up the actual story itself, not just the page. I printed out here. May and June are the months when the Supreme Court justices typically issue some of the most consequential and controversial rulings in the U.S. Here's what's ahead of us. Student loan forgiveness. It's been a while since President Biden said he was going to forgive student loans, $10,000 for individuals making less than $125,000 a year, and $20,000 could be forgiven if the individual received Pell Grants while in college. Is that going to happen? Is it not? We have to wait until the Supreme Court rules on it. And according to studentaid.gov, 60 days after that Supreme Court announcement is when you're going to have to start paying those student loan bills again. Some people haven't paid them in years and years. Started with the pandemic, and now it's held up by this court case, and we'll see what happens with that. I think that they got way too generous there when they started saying that people in higher income brackets would be forgiven a whole bunch of these student loans. You went to college, you chose that. College is stupid expensive, and you got to make sure you're going for reasons that can eventually pay off for you. However, poor people, we should help them with all kinds of things. They're poor, for God's sake. If you're making below the poverty rate, you shouldn't have to worry about paying student loans. Also, the future of the internet is in front of the Supreme Court.
Ooh.
Excuse me. 2 cases address whether social media apps like YouTube and Twitter are liable for the content that gets posted on their platforms. If justices rule social media companies are accountable, it could mean new restrictions on what gets posted online.
Does 4chan ever come up for these people?
No, I think it's like, I don't know where they're hosted now. Yeah, I don't know where they have like their servers and stuff.
I love that TikTok was like top of priority, and
They went after
4chan is just like cesspool is a light word to use.
All of these other outlets, like what's the other one? What's the one where they go after the lol cows? I forgot. Kiwi Farms.
Yeah.
All these other sites. They just have been fighting for so long that they know how to get their sites hosted in places where I guess it's beyond the scope.
So what they're ruling on as far as the sites being liable for the content, we're talking about liable for copyrighted content?
No, not just, well, yeah, copyrighted content or other things too. Like if somebody posted content that slandered another person, there could be various different things that the content could be in violation of. Copyright would be the big one probably. But they say, hey, this is UGC, user-generated content.
Right.
And they say, we go through it as fast as we can. But if they're held liable immediately upon posting, then it would change everything. You wouldn't be able to just post YouTube videos. You'd have to post them. They'd have to get fully approved. And then you would be able to...
No more going live?
No. A lot of that stuff would be screwed. Issues regarding race in front of the court. There's a couple cases. First, the Supreme Court will decide the future of college admissions, whether applications should include questions about race. Already 9 states outlaw the practice of affirmative action, and they'll also rule whether Alabama has properly drawn its congressional districts. And then there's a case about religious liberty, which this will sound very familiar. This is a web designer from Colorado named Lori Smith. She wants to design wedding websites, but her faith won't allow her, she says, to create ones for same-sex couples. She wants the Supreme Court to say whether or not she could do this. Very similar to the whole bake the cake thing.
Yeah, the cake cakes.
The cakes for same-sex couples. So they're going to decide that. All those big ones will be dropping really soon. When we come back, we got an interview. We're going to be talking to the people behind Spooky Empire. Ooh. And we'll see the celebrities that are going to be rolling by this major event. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
Travel with caution. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before World Drive. The left lane is blocked. You can expect heavy delays due to an accident blocking 2 left lanes on State Road 436 heading eastbound at Orange Avenue. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
When you have this many certified pre-owned vehicles, you don't just have a one-day sale. You have Memorial Day deals all month. Hurry to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. All certified pre-owned inventory and all used cars and trucks have huge Memorial Day savings today. Get yours before someone else does. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Click OrlandoNissan.com.
It's Ram season, which means it's time to serve with Ram 1500, Ram 3500, and Ram TRX. Hurry in now for great deals on the trucks that are built to serve. Right now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 5/31/23.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Mills Air, in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 30 years. They are not going anywhere. Carrier, factory, authorized dealers always turn to the experts. As part of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 on new AC units. And as we head into summer, now is certainly the time to replace your old unit. And with these special discounts, you need to reach out to Mills Air at millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Offer good while supplies last.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp, shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp, coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical.
Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
At Simply Safe, we design award-winning security to protect every inch of your home. It's easy to set up yourself, and now there's an even easier option. Have an expert do it for you with Simply Safe Pro Install. Always protecting, never a contract. 2 easy installation options. Backed by 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This is interesting. I wonder how this is going to do. Because even though there were some people praying that there was going to be a Halloween Horror Nights house based on this, it's probably not going to happen. But they're doing a movie based on it, and I think it's a super generational thing. Do you guys even know what Five Nights at Freddy's is? You guys know what that is?
Is that where the fingers got involved.
No. See, I was wondering if you guys would know. I think maybe it's a little bit younger than you two, but I'm surprised you haven't seen.
Wait, younger than?
Yeah,
or older.
Yeah,
So this is after our.
It's a horror game, a horror video game, and you could play like on the iPhone and stuff. It was huge for a while.
Okay, I'm getting like a little bit of a flashback right now.
There was a bunch of them. Five Nights at Freddy's, all these games, and they just launched the trailer for that. And I was like, oh, I wonder what age bracket they're
Are you
trying
going
to
to play
hit
that?
there.
I don't see you as like a phone game guy.
No, I never play that stuff. Courtney does, though. She likes some of those games like that, and she gets deep down into it. I don't know if she watched that. That's too scary for her. She might not be able to do that. All right, joining us now, I believe, is James from Spooky Empire. Are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. How are you guys?
Good. This is exciting. You got Spooky Empire on the horizon. And this is going down, the 19th of May through the 21st. And there's tons of stuff going on at this. The craziest thing I saw, and man, I'd love to know how much it costs to get her there, but I doubt you'll tell me. Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. That's a big-ass name to have at one of these events.
Oh, absolutely.
How'd you land
And
that?
she doesn't do them very often, yeah. So we're very excited to have her. She's appearing on Saturday only.
All right. How'd you pull that off?
We knew the Stranger Things kids back in the first season. We had a whole panel of all the kids come and join us, and a couple of the sidekicks too. So we've had a relationship with the Stranger Things people for a while.
Was there a point that first time that you had the panel that you had all the really young, because they were pretty young at the time, the Stranger Things kids.
You could call them that.
Was there a point where when you had them after you went, that's never going to happen again? That's this thing is blown up so immensely that it's going to be hard to get any of them back.
Yeah, not only that, they're off doing their own things. Like Gatton is over on Broadway, and now with Millie being engaged and doing Enola Holmes, so they're off doing their own things after Stranger Things shoots. So it is hard to coordinate schedules for sure.
He's doing Dear Evan Hansen, I think, right? Is that yeah. He's playing the lead role.
They're all on top of the world right now. I mean, that's one of the biggest things out there. She'll draw in a huge crowd. Let's kind of go behind the scenes a little bit here, if you'll let us, James, because your job's an interesting one. Are you the sole person in charge of booking all the celebrities for Spooky Empire? Like it's on your shoulders to get the big names there?
Oh, goodness, no. Thankfully, that's not my job. I show up and I interview everybody in the panels, and I host the costume contest. I do all these lovely interviews for you folks and let you know what we have coming up. All the behind-the-scenes bookings and whatever is PD and Gina. It's really a mom-and-pop convention that's just gotten so big over the years because so many people want to see the dark side of Comic-Con.
How many years have you guys been doing this?
Spooky's been doing this almost 20 years, and I've been doing it for over 6, and there's 2 a year, so this will be, I believe, my 12th edition of Spooky, and this is Mayhem, which is our springtime event.
Yeah, there's so many cool things that go down. I mean, for somebody who's a huge fan of something like Stranger Things, to get the opportunity to even get in the same room as Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11 on that, that's a huge thing. The younger people especially will love that. That's something you'll remember for the rest of your life.
And then I'm looking at the list of the celebrities that are going to be there and the opportunities, and there are names that one making me feel a little bit old, but nostalgia all the way. Like I looked at Alyssa Sutherland, a name that I definitely remember seeing growing up. We have also Lean Shay, who's considered the godmother of horror. And then as soon as you see her face, Sean, you will know all the movies that you have seen her in throughout your years growing up and even later on.
Yeah, they got some people from that Winnie the Pooh movie.
The scary one. Blood and Honey.
Yeah.
Yes, I have that panel. I'm excited to meet them. I just watched the movie for the first time last night. I had a FaceTime date night with my boyfriend, and we watched it together.
Thoughts on it? I haven't seen it yet.
It's fresh in my mind. You can get it online right now, and it is it's a story to behold.
Is it fun to because you have to host all these panels, you have to probably immerse yourself in the content and rewatch everything? Does it become work when you have to do it, or you're just like, oh, this is kind of a perk of the job?
Yeah, it's definitely a perk. Alyssa, like you said, Alyssa is coming, and she's in Evil Dead Rise right now, and I got to go and see that with friends of mine who are very excited about meeting her this weekend at Spooky. So, yeah, it's research, and it's stuff that maybe I wouldn't normally see on my own, but, I get to step outside my comfort zone and get exposed to stuff that that wouldn't necessarily be on my radar. Plus meeting people from my past growing up in past Spookies. I've gotten to meet people from all the John Hughes movies we grew up with, Barry Bostwick from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, that kind of stuff was really, really neat things that happened at Spooky.
Who have you met throughout this process of doing all this great work for Spooky Empire that you were the most nervous around? Like on a panel or otherwise, they were at Spooky Empire and you're like, I cannot believe I'm this close.
Oh, I can tell you right off the bat, it was Kathy Najimy, because she does Mary Sanderson for Hocus Pocus, and I do Mary Sanderson for events around town and for a production company called Patty Cake Productions. So meeting her dressed as Mary Sanderson, it was very surreal. It's because I dress up for my panels. I coordinate my outfits for who I'm interviewing, like Tom O'Connell tomorrow night. We have from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, so I've got my Star Wars dress ready to go.
Sealane's a huge fan of Star Wars.
I'm the one that knows Star Wars.
Yeah, he knows more about Star Wars than me, which is just barely knowing anything about Star Wars puts you over the hump for me. But they're going to be there. What, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you said?
Oh, no, he was Hayden Christensen's stunt double, so he's Darth Vader.
Ah, okay.
Daddy Vader is going to be there, so I'm super excited about that because I'm a Star Wars nerd myself.
And then the one that you were a fan of, Kathy Najimy, she was the one, she's been in, what's the show that you've been watching, Sabrina? The Yellow Jackets? Is she,
yeah, really?
She was there. Was that her? Or is that not her?
No, that's Christina Ricci, but I did get to meet her as well, and she was lovely.
So
Kathy Najimy's married to the guy from the Dan Band, the dude that was cursing up a storm in Old School. So,
Really?
like the one that, the reason everybody throws the F word into Total Eclipse of the Heart, that's her husband.
We tried to book the Dan Band for Just Okay one year.
They're really,
I think it was like $20,000.
That was a lot of money.
It was like a lot.
You would recognize Kathy. She was both Hocus Pocus, one of the main witches.
Yeah.
She was in Sister Act 2, Sister Act 3, one of the voices of King of the Hill.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's Peggy, on King of the Hill.
So there's other stuff going on too. I guess there's a tattoo festival that's happening with a bunch of artists.
Yeah, there's stuff that happens all weekend. We invite the kids. It's a family-friendly event. We do have a costume contest that ends on Sunday with over $1,000 cash and prizes. We have a kids costume contest at the beginning of that. There's a tattoo room where you can go with a permanent souvenir at the end of the day. A huge vendor room where you'll get one-of-a-kind things that you won't be able to find anywhere else from local and national artists that bring all their work.
That's where I'm going to get Sean's birthday gift from.
Yeah, they do have cool stuff.
I go Christmas shopping there every year for sure. My kids have grown up in Spooky. You know, you'll see every kind of cosplay, every kind of costume, every kind of fandom represented, rock and roll, pop culture, horror for sure. It's definitely a people watching event.
What if I'm trying to come to Spooky Empire and my character, the person who I'm dressing up as, has a whole bunch of knives? Am I allowed to bring knives, or do I have to stay outside if that's part of my costume?
As long as they are toy and plastic and obvious that they are not real, yes, you can bring those things. And there will be security checking people through.
All right.
Sean, what character has a bunch of real knives?
Freddy Krueger, the
Freddy Krueger.
Finger
We
knives.
had him there.
Oh, I've seen before. I've been to Spooky Empire, and it's so cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been one time, but it was so cool to go in there and see everybody dressed up as all the characters, because everywhere you look, if you want to go people watching, it's worth it just for a day of people watching.
Absolutely.
And if I'm reading this correctly, guests 10 years old or under are free?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's a family-friendly event. So, make sure you buy your tickets in advance online at spookyempire.com. Bring the kids. 10 and under are free. On Sunday, like I said, we wrap everything up with a huge costume contest. And that's always really cool to see people's creativity come into play. The kids we do before the main costume contest and let them have their time on stage too. And they really get into it. It's so funny to see a little kid dressed as Michael Myers or Chucky, and they're 4 years old holding up a knife. So proud.
That's great.
I would show everybody the website, spookyempire.com. But the weirdest thing in the world, James, is that I am blocked from spookyempire.com, and
What did you
everybody
do?
else in the world is allowed to see it.
We, Sealane and I restarted our computers and have been able to get on with no problem. Great website. And then Sean, for some reason, 404 error.
Clear your cache, man.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm the
you don't
only
have a
one in the
virus or
world.
something.
And even if I do incognito, I'm the only person in the world who's not allowed to go to the website.
Well, you're missing out.
Which
Well, you're more than welcome to come down this weekend. It's at the DoubleTree across from Universal, so we got plenty of space for everybody.
okay, people can get tickets over on the website and stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And if you're interested in coming only Saturday, it's very close to selling out. So make sure you get them in advance. I would not bet on getting them when you come in. Parking, I believe, is $10 a day. If you want to stay at the DoubleTree, they still have rooms available, which is always nice and convenient because there's after parties at the pool.
So if you book a room, then you get to go to the after pool party?
Oh, anybody can go to the after pool party,
perfect.
but it just makes it a little bit more convenient to, go to your room and not have to drive.
Stumble back upstairs. Yeah.
My friend's band, American Party Machine, which is a sight to see, are doing like the concert there, and it will be my first time going to a pool party concert.
Oh, nice!
Where you get to mosh and cannonball at the same time.
Well,
memories are made at those pool parties for sure.
I'll tell you, James, I would love to go out to Spooky Empire, and can you save me? I want the seat right next to Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah,
so
we'll make that happen.
we can chit chat.
I will tell you, I have to give you guys a little bit of a caveat. She has a special package. So if you're interested in meeting and greeting and getting pictures and seeing Millie Bobby Brown's panel, go online and read all the information about that because she's only there on Saturday and she has a separate package to meet and greet her. She's a very VIP guest.
Yeah, I can imagine. That makes sense. Well, thank you for telling us all about this. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. We love having everybody, Real Radio involved with us. Come on down, Sabrina. I think I'll see you tomorrow. Show you the ropes.
Let's party. I'm ready.
Just look for my hair. You'll find me.
All right, there we go.
Thanks,
Thank you
James.
so much. SpookyEmpire.com. Go check it out. That's a fun event, man.
I didn't realize you went already.
I went one time a couple of years ago, and I think Courtney and I just did the thing. We like to do this sometimes. We'll buy a ticket to something like that, and most people will spend the whole day there, and I'm okay with just walking through and seeing everything, and then
great people
just
watching.
leaving. Yeah, because there's so many things to see, but I don't know. I mean, I would feel weird if I was in like the Q&A panel or something.
Excuse me, John Watson, the news junkie here.
If I walked up to the microphone and I was like, question for you, and I just feel
It'll be my first time going Friday, and then I'll be there for the pool party on Saturday. So if anyone from that listens to the show, come up and say hello.
very cool. Check it out over at SpookyEmpire.com. Quick break. When we come back, we've got some more details on what they said was a near catastrophic car chase with the Prince and Meghan and the lady who has gone viral for all the wrong reasons in the last week or so. Have you seen the lady with the bike where she's trying to rent the bike and then everybody's started to scream at her? You haven't seen this?
No.
yet?
Your FYP is so different than
You
ours.
would know what I'm talking about. It has been everywhere. Everybody has been hating on this lady. She even got suspended from her job and stuff.
Damn.
We'll get into the update on this New York City hospital Karen is what they're calling her. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 1041 on TikTok, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on State Road 535 heading northbound at World Center Drive. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound at World Drive. You can expect delays due to an accident on State Road 436 heading southbound between Forest City Road and I-4. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Rechargers are handcrafted energy drinks to help you power through your day. Made the way you want, iced or frozen, with natural sources of caffeine. Get energy for every day. Gotta have a Wawa.
Mortgage brokers are better. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. Still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business, my friends. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like my friend, that mortgage guy, Don. And he's going to be your friend because he is the best when it comes to the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have. It's super easy. You go to the website. You'll see it's chock full of information for you, and it's very easy to navigate through. That mortgageguyDon.com. It's also a place that you have direct access to Don. Any question you have, he is there to answer it for you via live chat, Zoom call, appointment. Maybe you want to hear your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Leave him a shout out right there on the homeloansradio.com. And of course, apply now and you'll get a free review of your quote today. It's plain and simple. There's no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. cooltoday.com.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
The roar of the crowd. Thousands singing as one. Live music delivers happiness. This summer, Yellowtail and iHeartRadio are teaming up to create exciting moments with Happiness Live. Access to a lineup of amazing music events that bring the joy of live experiences to fans across the country. And live events pair perfectly with the refreshing taste of Yellowtail wines. Find out how you could win the chance to attend an incredible concert event by visiting a retailer near you or at iHeartRadio.com/yellowtailwine.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of Fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
We'll get to your dispatches in just a moment. Man, whenever I see stories like this, I'm like, God, of all the problems I think I have, and there certainly are some, And I'm trying to work on my health. I've been bad about that for the last couple of months. I had some dogs that were hanging out for a while, but these are all excuses. Anyhow, when I see these people who have like these rare conditions and end up popping up in news stories, it always blows my mind. And then you go, damn, my life is way easier than I thought it was. Like when you see these people where somebody doesn't have any arms, and yet they still get not only all this stuff done that we get done in a day, but like sometimes they get more done in a day.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we just painted this beautiful portrait of their late grandmother with their feet.
Yeah, while they were scrambling eggs for the kids. And there's just so many different things that I've seen like this. And there's this girl that I saw. Her name is Angel, and she's been in a couple of news stories. She's from Pakistan. She's 11 years old, and they're putting her on this drug that's like a breast cancer drug, but also maybe will work to help her out. She doesn't have breast cancer. She got a different issue. She's been in a wheelchair for the last couple of years because she has a condition called Cloves syndrome. Have you ever heard of that?
I've smoked. No. I smoked them in high school.
This is different than the ones you smoke. Cloves syndrome, like Cloves syndrome. Look that up, Sealand, so we can learn more about it. But she has a giant foot, is the bottom line.
Oh. Okay.
She has a foot, and like here's a photo for those of you watching. I'll put it on See It Now for everybody else.
Oh my!
She has a oh my! She has a foot that is
oh
just
my God,
like gigantic, and she can't even walk with this thing. And doctors are saying that they believe that this pill, which they usually use on breast cancer patients, will
bring
help
it
her
back?
out. Yeah, will like lower the size of the foot because. When you think about this, what do you do when somebody just has a giant foot?
Cut it off.
You'd have to cut it off. You'd have to cut it off and go that way to give them some mobility back.
I mean, is it not something to do with the bones? Like that pill is going to put the bones back together?
Well,
like
they
that?
said it's like overgrowth of tissue. So the best I can gather from it is like the rest of her body stopped growing.
Dude, the Google images of Cloves syndrome is a lot.
Is it all over, not just on people's feet?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see.
Face, hands.
Oh, wow. And it just keeps growing. So
arms.
It's a rare thing that I actually haven't heard of all that much. Oh, my God, some of these photos.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy. Yeah, do not Google image that because it's going to make your day a bit more strange.
More.
Yeah, I didn't know about this before right now. Please don't take my computer because there are a lot of photographs on here that we cannot broadcast.
I just sent you a Daily Mail article from, well...
There's one of these pictures where I can't tell if I'm looking at
Is it
testicles
the same
or
lady?
not.
Is this the Daily Mail thing from the same person or somebody else?
This is from 2015, and it was parents revealed the heartbreak after discovering the rare condition that their 4-year-old son was born with.
Oh, and at that point they said no cure. Like there wasn't anything they could
and
do.
the son is rough.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And hopefully this works for this woman because so it could work for other people.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a lot of problems, this young kid.
Is that
His name
something
is
you
Aiden.
discover in utero?
I don't know if they can or
I
if
think
they
you can.
can't.
There's a lot of the stuff that you can find out about now.
What you'll find out is a lot of these kids, when they're born like this, are not born in the United States of America. I don't know if this particular Aiden was, but a lot of them are born in places where they don't have testing that they do beforehand. And then the kid's born and they go, oh, we don't have any way we can help them out. But now they might with this Cloves syndrome being possibly cured by this cancer drug that's been out there for a while. And they said she was due to have bilateral amputation on her feet in 2019, but a last-minute phone call from the Royal Children's Hospital changed everything. They said, we just had a meeting, and we feel that we won't be able to operate on Angel. The best thing for her is to go back to her family and palliative care, and they were working on this possible solution, so maybe a big medical breakthrough there.
They called that that kid that you sent us the link for, Sabrina, the world's rarest boy.
Yeah.
With a 1 in 50 million disease.
Oh, my God. So that's how rare it is? 1 in 50 million? Jesus. It's the most unlucky situation you could be in. There is more news out about Dianne Feinstein today, and I think you can just go full force on this at this point. Dianne Feinstein needs to retire immediately. She needs to step down from her position. This is not even a political thing. This woman has no idea where she is. She literally doesn't know where she is. There were other medical issues that she had, and nobody was upfront about them. They said that she had, what was it I said yesterday? Shingles?
Yes.
Which shingles can be very bad. But they said that she also had a stroke and like half of her face isn't working. She's in a wheelchair. She could barely move and converse with people.
But still going to session?
still in the Senate, and what they're saying is happening here is so screwed up. They're saying Dianne Feinstein's staff is like using her so that they can do their.
She's a puppet senator.
She's like a puppet so they can get their political ambitions through. Many describing it as frightening to see her operating in the Senate in her current state. And this ain't anything political. That's somebody who just needs to step down immediately. You can't represent anybody.
But who makes that call? I mean, are they?
She would have to, I think.
Is she like aware that people are calling for that, or her actions are making waves nationally?
They interviewed her yesterday, and somebody said, "So, how are you feeling? What's going on?" And she said, "What are you talking about? I was never gone. I've been here working the whole time." They're saying she's not even aware that she wasn't even at work. It says Senator Dianne Feinstein, 89, this is from the New York Times, whose recent bout with shingles included contracting encephalitis, is frailer than ever. But she remains unwilling to entertain discussions about leaving the Senate. And here's what they say, just a couple of paragraphs here. When she arrived at the Capitol last week after more than 2 months' absence recovering from shingles, Senator Dianne Feinstein, Democrat of California, 89, appeared shockingly diminished. Using a wheelchair with the left side of her face frozen and one eye nearly shut, she seemed disoriented as an aide steered her through the marble corridors of the Senate, complaining audibly that something was stuck in her eye.
Is there not anything is not a precedent for other people in the past who have had a significant decline in health that they have called for it in session?
Yeah, they would have to all vote, and
but there is a rule for it.
Yeah,
somewhere in the past.
They're doing the same sort of thing right now with George Santos, the guy who's lying about everything, where they look into it and then they can expel the person from their office, from their office. But she's clearly not with it.
Yeah, and she's feisty about it too, which as one would be, because they were asking her. She was like, "Oh, I've been here," and they're like, or she said, "I've been working," and they're like, "Have you been working from home?" And she's like, "No, I've been here. I've been voting. Please, you either know or you don't know."
What does that mean?
It means
she's angry about this stuff. This woman is 90 years old, man. This is where you look at stuff and you go, Joe Biden's a million years old up there. Even Trump, even though he seems more with it than Biden does, he's old as hell. She's
the Adderall.
90 years old. Dianne Feinstein, 90 years old.
There should be a cutoff.
There absolutely should.
At 90 years old, you should be enjoying the rest of your 5 to 10 years maybe left on the earth.
I think when you're in office, when you're an elected official, your primary responsibility is to make everything better and make things better in a way that people can be more prosperous and more free, and that things can go better for the vast majority of Americans. Those people would be between the ages of 18 and 65. If you're 90 years old, you don't understand what those people want to begin with. You don't understand how to represent your constituents, and you've probably just been getting revoted into office over and over because you live in a place where they just want the
name recognition.
The name recognition or the party.
Yeah, but to think someone 90 years old amongst you voted in that has seen things that the majority of people living now have not.
Right.
BDMXCon says...
they didn't have color TVs when she was a teenager.
No. Yeah, she's old as hell.
BDMXCon says, have her debate Fetterman, loser leaves the Capitol.
We need better than this. We really do. And
question, can Dianne Feinstein, can she legally drive a vehicle?
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't appear so.
In a wheelchair?
She's in a wheelchair and half her face doesn't move.
You do know that wheelchair-bound people can drive vehicles.
Yeah, but not when you're elderly and in a wheelchair. Okay. I don't think that's as common.
Maybe she shouldn't drive a country?
Right. Look, it all seems pretty obvious to me. Look at the person. Do they look like they're competent? They're not.
Also, and I know people go, having an age limit on stuff like this sounds ageist, but...
Good, it is.
Fine. If you allow things like this to continue, you're allowing this person to be used as a puppet.
Yeah.
Instead of letting her relax.
She's not with it.
But we are going to do that to Sean as soon as he turns 52 next week.
I could never see myself in my 90s still pushing through and doing this
You
stuff.
will absolutely be doing a radio show or podcast or going live on whatever social media is
At
allowed.
90?
Yes.
At 90? I don't know.
You're doing it until
we're going to
die.
set you up with a computer that has all the same buttons that you have now.
It looks
and you're
like
just going to
it.
hit the go live on Twitch button. Twitch is long gone. Twitch is bye. No more Twitch.
But we have AI audience, and they're responding just like they want.
That is so sad.
Wheeled your old decrepit ass in here and go, all right, Sean, and make your little videos.
You know what they do, like the nursing homes, they give baby dolls to all the patients, and they think it's a real baby, and they're happy. That's what we're going to do with you with a fake microphone.
That is so sad. And Courtney would open the door and see me in the studio.
Courtney!
Like, he's broadcasting to nobody again. You know, I'm just going to go hard and fast.
Okay.
And then burn out before everybody else. That's what I'm looking to do here. I'm going to reach my final evolution next year. And then full on freak out mode after that. So I think
so you're saying you're going senile after next year.
No, I'll probably just reach my final form. Just like the final form of who I'm going to be.
See, Lane, we have to open a savings account because I don't know.
Then not in a bad way.
Job after that.
Not in a bad way, in a good way. But Dianne Feinstein, hang it up. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is bad.
I'm still working.
She's in terrible shape out there. It's sad to see. Let's work in a couple of dispatches real quick. You got things on your mind, I'm sure. And here is the Dinks chiming in. Hello? Right here.
Crew, if you really don't want to Google something, don't Google what dinosaur has 500 teeth. I guarantee you these people that named this dinosaur, it was definitely between the 1800s and the 1940s, because I don't think it'd fly anymore.
What are you talking about?
What did he say?
Okay, so I got to say, as soon as I started typing what dinosaur, immediately came up has five. Okay.
Has how many teeth?
500 teeth.
500 teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We're
Oh,
not doing that at all.
God. It's just, this is stupid, man. Come on, get better than that. It's the N-word Saurus, just for those of you who are aware, but it's probably not pronounced that way. And
I would assume it's
probably
pronounced
based on
Niger, like
Niger,
the company,
yeah.
or country.
It's probably based on the location where they found the first one, but he's an idiot. Dispatch Dan chiming in.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. Probably better than mine by far. I'm one less tooth now.
Oh, I can
went
hear
to
it.
the dentist and for routine stuff, and turned out he really wanted to take the tooth out.
Lost
So,
my tooth.
yeah, I'm without a tooth, and I sound like a tool more than usual. Anyway,
You still have to go
I
answer
just wanted to
911
bring up
calls?
Oh,
our
no.
little show that
Can
we
you
have.
imagine? Hello, 911, and he's got a tooth out, and the person just gets distracted by that the entire time.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, Dispatch
tooth?
Dan. He doesn't say, but I could definitely hear it in his mouth. I could hear that there was one missing. One more. Shelby Dom.
Hey, Junkies podcast listener. I am laughing over here to myself. See, Lane, I don't think you realize a simple Google search with your name, your wife's name, and registry will get us exactly where we need to be. It's on Amazon, honey. Thanks.
This is a great ploy. It makes me want to get pregnant. It makes me want to get pregnant.
He's not really pushing it hard. It's just
I'm not pushing it at all.
It's just kind of happening. Does everybody know your wife's name? I don't think most people know your wife's name.
Yeah.
And they'd have to have that. So I don't think people know that.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to know C Lane, Ashley Lane, registry, Amazon. And they have to, nobody's going to be able to search that.
Yeah, no way.
And then they buy all the things.
Wow,
and,
what
you
a
know,
time.
There we go.
What? This was not my idea. If
Maybe you
anything,
should put some Mother's Day cards in the registry.
Gotta go bring those back and apologize. Okay, quick break.
That was not me.
When we come back, the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I'm going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. It's called coming up next on the News Junkie.
We're not running out of prizes yet. At Real Radio 1041 on Instagram, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Today is a Fox 35 Storm Alert Day as we are monitoring the potential for showers, thunderstorms, some of them potentially turning severe, mainly between 4 and 8 o'clock this afternoon. So do make sure you're staying weather aware. We do see temperatures rise to the low 90s this afternoon, dipping into the low 70s overnight tonight, and warm temperatures do continue for your Friday.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of growing your business? It can be tough to maintain momentum and still keep your employees engaged, but Insperity can help. They put over 35 years of HR experience to work, helping you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving your employees competitive benefit options. And trust me, that's what they're after. When your people thrive, your business can adapt and prosper. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. This is scalable HR. It's employee benefits. It's HR technology. Insperity. It's HR that makes a difference.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Now, it's your time to make more money and be your own boss. Come to the Franchise Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Hyatt Regency Orlando to meet with the best money-making franchises. Learn how you can open a successful business. This life-changing event is your only chance to see all the hottest money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at the Franchise Show, presented by the Entrepreneur Source. This weekend, the Hyatt Regency Orlando. Get tickets at FloridaFranchiseShow.com.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Tony Rock on May 19th and 20th.
Because whatever your deficiency is, alcohol will treat it.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
I've been buying wholesale cars for 27 years, and every year, the way I know the market has peaked is my Bradford pear tree blooms. This morning I looked, and it is bloomed. The market is peaking. If you want to sell your car, this is the highest time of the year to do it right now. Just beat a guy today. A CarMax offer $3,000. They offered him $75 on his Corvette. I gave him $78. Why? Because the tree told me to. GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Before we play a couple of these dispatches.
Forgot to tell you guys, by the way, because we were talking right before the break.
Yeah?
Somebody was dispatching about the baby.
Yeah.
We saw the penis.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Did you do?
We saw baby's first D pic.
That's a little weird to say, but it's an important part of the process.
It's not as weird when you're like happy. You're like, all right, it's my boy.
Did they do the? Is it 3D or
no?
That's later on, though, right? In a couple months.
I don't know if you have to. It's optional. It's not something that comes with anything.
The one that you did was just regular traditional ultrasound.
Yeah,
like the one people are used to with the picture that you get to bring home and stuff.
Right, but
I'll
find one for you guys. But anyway, the 3D one is like something you go to a special place for and you pay a bunch of money. And we were going to get our moms that so they could come with us and see the 3D ultrasound. And Ashley's mom said those are creepy, and we were like, "All right, well,
She's right. They are a little weird.
That idea is off the table." And then fast forward to Mother's Day, we're all opening gifts, and Ashley's mom got her a gift card to go get a 3D ultrasound.
Oh, so that was the plan.
Maybe, I don't know.
She's right. It is weird. It's kind of weird, like getting in there and you could see like 3D visuals of the baby growing.
I have a friend who just got one, and they're fun, I guess.
The technology's crazy.
Are you guys talking to the baby yet?
No, not yet. We haven't gone talk to the baby yet. But
playing at music?
Haven't done that yet.
When the baby's actually a human and like born into the real world, are you going to talk to this baby in a regular voice, like I would, or are you going to talk to this baby in a baby voice?
I might need to talk to. I mean, eventually baby voice.
Yeah,
but I might need to talk to.
Goo goo gaga.
I feel like you don't have a choice when you look at that baby, just like you look at a puppy.
I still talk regular. Say hello, baby.
Every time I see Lady,
hello,
I'm like,
dog.
Lady Dog, best dog in the whole world.
I do little things with Lady Dog. I'll go, Lady Dog, and I just do stupid things like that. But if it's a little kid, I just be like, hey, how you doing, man?
I miss what you used to do for Lady when Courtney was working on the art project.
What was it?
When Courtney was working on the art project, and every morning, and I always wanted to get it on video. Every morning before the show to put Lady into dog jail.
Cookie?
Cookie? You want cookie?
Yeah, and then I would slam a beer and do like a bunch of really cool stuff. Like immediately after, lots of cool things.
Bench press stuff.
You guys know Elizabeth Holmes, right? Remember the lady from
with the pill
with the deep voice, like she did the deep voice
That's,
thing.
in order to get everyone to invest millions of dollars.
She faked this whole business plan for Theranos or Theranos or whatever you said.
Oh, is she the one that's supposed to like report to jail in a couple days?
She's still not in jail. She's still not in jail because she had a baby, and I think they're trying to give her a little more time. She got hit with a
Imagine how she talks to that baby.
Hello, baby. She's changed everything.
Take your blood.
She's using a regular voice now, and she's going by Liz. And it's like she's trying to like redo her image out there.
We know what you look like.
Yeah, everybody knows what was going on. The Prince Harry and Meghan situation that they called near catastrophic. The taxi driver who picked the couple up has been doing some interviews today.
Perfect.
He was out there and he said, I wouldn't call it a chase. I never felt like I was in danger. It wasn't like a car chase in a movie. They were quiet and seemed scared, but it's New York. It's safe, he said. So there's still some fighting back and forth over what happened with that. Let's see. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. What do we have? The New York City hospital Karen. You might have seen this video where she was accused of taking a city bike from a young black man. She claimed that she actually did pay for this, and her attorney, because she has one now, is releasing receipts saying that she was actually in the right in this circumstance. She's 6 months pregnant, too, so she's trying to flip this whole thing around like, I was the actual victim. Wasn't you. You can't be the victim. I am the victim. And that'll have to do it for today. All right, everybody? We're gonna have a killer show for Friday.
No cap.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be off the chain.
Said that last Thursday.
It's going to be off the hizzy and
Best of best.
Lit AF. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, May 18th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Tammy on YouTube says, I get kind of tired of people on Nextdoor criticizing Publix for their prices. Right now, Minute Rice is cheaper at Publix than Walmart.
Tammy, are you paying attention to the show?
I have seen that a lot, though. She's not wrong. I've seen so many people on Nextdoor. Somebody on Nextdoor says, what is the name of the cheap grocery store? And I was like, what? Is there like a cheap one that people go
Aldi's.
there? Aldi is a cheap one?
Yeah.
Is that
Trader
cheaper
Joe's
than,
is pretty cheap,
cheaper than
isn't it?
Winn-Dixie?
Winn-Dixie's real.
Probably.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Winn-Dixie was always a cheap one when I was growing up. All right, here we go. Today I learned this guy right here.
Avicii.
Calvin Harris is correct. Yes, Calvin Harris's 2007 debut album, I Created Disco, was entirely recorded and produced on something that many of you will not know what it is, a Commodore Amiga 1200 computer.
Ooh.
He used a piece of audio software called Octamed in his childhood bedroom. Despite the primitive technology, it was a top 10 hit in the UK and made him millions of dollars. People might remember more the Commodore 64. That was a early gaming thing. Today, I learned the largest blackout in history left over 620 million people without power in 2012. Despite affecting 9% of the world's population, the blackout was entirely within the country of India. And if you've ever seen any videos of tourism in India, it's no wonder that they would have some power problems. Their power lines are insane. It's like bird's nest of power lines everywhere. And finally, here we go. Today, I learned this guy right here.
Huey Lewis.
That's right. Who's he got with him? Huey
The
Lewis.
News.
The News.
And the News. The rock band Huey Lewis and the News almost called themselves American Express. But they were told by their record label the credit card company of the same name would not appreciate it, so they settled on a name reflecting Lewis's love of TV news.
And boy, would they have money to back that lawsuit.
It's funny how they went from American Express to a band solely focused on him and his name, and it's like, oh, and the News. Nobody else got mentioned in that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. It's some more Rovers Morning Glory, I think.
yeah.
In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's all coming up next, and it's all right here on Real Radio.